Time's up. Happy Roman.
Here it comes.
By the power of Grayskull!
I am dumping unlimited power into you. That's what
all Shooty wanted to do was be inside me. It was one of the first James Bond movies I watched, so I have a bit of a connection to it. And
That's Dermot's excuse.
I don't fuck.
It was their first date, Adam. Shut up.
I will stop bringing it up. I don't give a fuck what that wannabe VTuber cunt wants to say. Okay, let me have my moment.
Dude, that's like a test of strength. That's not gay. That's like I'm gonna grip you. I'm gonna grip you harder than you grip me. I wonder what the championship belt would look like. Just like a big ass.
It would be my penis wrapped around their waist.
we named zombies after you in that game.
Yeah,
rightfully so.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're these big fat bloaters that sun themselves and they just lay there.
Oh, those are the things that come out of my rainbow's ass.
Adam, you being Worf is cultural appropriation. I won't.
Cultural appropriate my dick. I don't care. I will have earned my riches and my surly attitude by the time we get there.
If I were going to culturally appropriate your dick, you'd have to go get that surgery.
Oh, good lord! Here we go.
Yeah.
That is just.
Oh God,
those eyes, dude. Those eyes, man. Those eyes.
Pretty eyes.
I'm not looking at them right now. You know what?
I know, but she is a total package. She is a total package.
I usually think Ryan. I usually think Ryan is very cringe when he says this, but she can shit in my mouth.
Whoa, Dermy!
Why do you have to ruin this?
What the fuck?
Why
Ryan says that shit. Fuck, Ryan says this shit.
If Ryan jumped off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge?
But you just
for her, yeah.
Would. Here we are worshiping this beautiful woman, and you're talking about German shit eating. I mean, come on.
Listen. I will drag my ball sack.
No. Listen.
100 miles worth of
Shut the fuck up.
Broken glass, salt, and lemon juice just to smell her farts.
We're not on your goddamn stream. We're on Adam's stream. We're respect the man's house. You don't take shit in his goddamn fridge.
Shut your mouth.
So that's the original thing of shipping. The problem is nowadays it is morphed into a weirdness where you have stans, these fake fans, who will take characters that have no reason to be in a relationship whatsoever, gay or straight, and they will ship them together to be in a relationship. And most of the time they want it to be gay.
A few moments later.
It's essentially when you get somebody who takes individuals like D-Day Cobra. Okay, you see Jeremy.
Oh God,
here.
don't make them
and then
kiss.
they take Ryan.
Stop it.
Shut up. So
This
they
is
take
worse than
swear to
you
God.
and
kissing
they
Ryan.
start making fan art of maybe Ryan. Wait, no. Okay, Jeremy
This
bent
isn't going
over
to take
and
away from you
Ryan
making
like
out with
this.
Ryan.
Let him finish.
Okay? Ryan like this or the other way around, and sometimes 60-90, and it's just a bunch of internet freaks saying these two should be together.
Beat down that Sauron.
Oh my God! He can't control himself, Ryan.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Congratulations, another mortal enemy made. You should be very.
Why am I muted? I don't know. Something weird was happening. My TV screen started doing weird shit right before, as I started the clip, like menus popping up and turning itself off and turning itself back on. And do I have Gremlins bug? I don't know.
I have no idea, man.
Man, how you doing, Bug?
I've been, actually I'm a lot better. Like the last week and a half, I've been a little worried over something, but now after today, I feel that weight off my shoulders, and I'm just like,
I know
oh,
that feeling. I know that
yeah.
feeling. I know that feeling. I went through that over the summer. I went through that and turned out to be nothing. And I spent a lot of money for them to tell me nothing. So it was really fun. Hail and howdy, everybody. Welcome to Mellow Mondays, where we promise it only hurts if you want it to. We're here to just chill out, relax, have a good time. I guess Devil's running late. I know Samuel will be here in a little bit. We see him in the chat. Hey, Samuel. Hello, everybody. Happy to have you here this evening. Now, what's always a busy Monday evening? If you're choosing to spend your time with us, we hope that you are here to have a good time because we're going to give you a good time. Yeah. Hello, Kaylee Scope. Yes. That's my version of padding the intro so that I allow people to get in here. It's basically random stupidity that this one's a compilation of a lot of different streams over the past couple of years because some of those clips are just too good not to let go. But some of them are definitely Mellow Mondays, as opposed to the roundtable clip, opening clip intro, which is all roundtable, which is why it's usually just me, Jed, and Dre saying retarded stuff. Jed said something truly nasty yesterday. I got to rotate in there for next week's. Got to redo it again. But happy you guys being here. Listen, I got distracted before we got started here because I was playing more Starship Troopers Extermination. It's fun. Killing bugs is fun, but I was just in this complete shit show of a level where our squad, you can only have up to 16 people in a squad or a unit when you're deployed in the co-op multiplayer. And we got spread out so much wandering around doing retarded shit that nobody was completing the tasks to move the checkpoints along on the mission. And man, the bugs were everywhere. In the end, I survived, but we lost half the unit on evacuation. They were killed in action. It was terrible. We won. We technically won, but we lost half our unit. It's a good time. So yeah, it's I recommend the game highly right now. Alpha and I played it the other day, but like a retard, I didn't realize I didn't have my audio on Discord set properly, so no one could hear Alf for the entire couple hours we were playing.
Oof.
I nuked it. It was the first one. It was kind of a little iffy anyway, but we'll be coming back. We do have the company set up. It is called the Ballbusters because we're all communicating through Ballbusters gaming and stuff like that. So we're all getting in there. We're gonna have 30 people, so we're gonna fill it out. Yeah, we're probably gonna. I'm gonna see if I can get a stream up tomorrow night, Kaylee. We're gonna try tomorrow night because it's Tuesday. I don't have much to do otherwise. As you guys know, we are here on this channel. At least we're treading water for the next couple of weeks till the election is over. Because since I don't cover election stuff, and that's sucking up all the oxygen in the room, it's kind of iffy. But there are things coming. Once November hits, there are things going to be happening. In November, we got a new Dune show. We're going to be watching the Dune Prophecy show tonight once Samuel gets here. Rechecking that.
All right.
We're checking that out because it's based on this. We'll go more into that in a bit. It's based on this book right here. I found out, so I'm going to be reviewing that. That's a glorious 8 weeks of content right there, good or bad. It's glorious 8 weeks. I'm ready for that. You guys have to tell me this. We might talk about it a little bit tonight if you want, Bug, because we're going to sort of drift into it with one topic. I might review Creature Commandos. I might. I don't know if I really want to. It's if you guys tell me you want me to in the chat. So I'm iffy on it because I have no stake in it and I don't trust James Gunn. But if you guys want me to enough, I'll do it. But that's not till December. So we have a little bit of time to work that out. Other than that, I'll announce this now. I announced it yesterday on Roundtable, but not everybody's always at there or watch it on time or maybe watch the whole thing. I know I promised you guys I was going to do Dragon Age Veilguard, but certain things have come up that I can't afford to drop $70 on what is likely going to be a horrible game with no real upside to the channel at the moment. So I can't do it. We have another week. If certain things fall into place, then I still might be able to do it. But at this moment, I don't think I can, because $70 has to go to actual real world shit. It's just that simple. I can't do that. I know you guys understand that, but I just want to let you guys know that, because I promised it for weeks, months even, and I hate to back out on a promise. Yes, the Wednesday night is the meetup. I'm probably not doing anything Wednesday because of the meetup in San Antonio, because everybody is either there or watching the live streams. That'll be on that. Listen, I'm smart enough to know. Did I bang my? Holy shit! Look at that! I got a freaking bruise there. Where did that come from? Ow! Go poke it. Jeez, that's weird. I hate it when I bang myself and I don't know how. I don't remember doing that.
Well, usually when you bang yourself, it's not supposed to be a bad thing.
Yeah. And I'll probably not do anything on Wednesday, just because, I'm smart enough to know when to stream and when not streaming. Like right now, with a lot of the major streams going on right now, this is Monday. This has been my time slot for a long time. I'm not going to abandon my time slot because bigger channels decide to do stuff. Same with Sunday afternoon with Roundtable. I was there before a lot of other people started doing stuff. I'm not going to abandon my time slot, but Wednesday is sort of an off and on with me, where I will natural 20s on the shelf right now because I have no desire to run that kind of show at the moment. But I do like to do the autopsy streams. But one, I haven't figured out an autopsy stream topic for what I thought I was doing this week. But I haven't figured it out yet. Then there's a San Antonio meetup, and all the channels that are there are going to be live streaming it. So that's just retarded. It's just retarded. So I can wait another week until we get to that. And then the following week is Anime Odyssey. So we're gonna get by on the channel here. We're gonna skip along. But thanks to you fine people who show up, watch the videos, hit the like buttons, and hopefully you'll continue to be entertained. And tell me what you want me to do sometimes. Like tonight, for instance, I've got some topics, a couple here and there. I don't know how long they're going to carry us when we talk about them, but we'll do our best. But of course, as usual, if you guys throw in a random topic, we're likely to go off in 20-30 minutes. Hello, Static. How are you? And hail hat everybody else. I see Kel there. I saw Masquerade. I see Andy Akap. How you guys doing tonight? Hope you guys have all had a nice, well, I know it's kind of a dick thing to say. Hope you had a nice Monday, because Mondays suck no matter what. But anyway, all right. Let's see. What can we start with here? We're sitting on the prophecy trailer till Samuel gets here. There is a top 10. I don't know how great a top 10 it is. I don't know how much it'll make you guys squirm, but it might generate some discussion. That goes to the Dune topic. What's this one? Oh, that one. No, I need Devil here for this one. I need Devil here for that one. If Devil's here. So we'll start with this, since Bug, this is in your wheelhouse. So are you feeling Creature Commandos at all?
You know what? I kind of am. I'm kind of curious about it. Because I think I've said I'm definitely more optimistic with Gunn handling the DC stuff now, and Creature Commandos definitely is tickling some feathers for me that I'm kind of like, this could be interesting.
I said yesterday, Jed and I talked about this yesterday on Roundtable, I do not trust James Gunn. I'm not seeing major red flags. My trust comes from his track record of how he operates with franchises and how he essentially does disrespect lore. Let's be honest. He does disrespect lore. So I don't trust him to do DC right. I'm not feeling it. And I didn't hate the trailer. We watched it yesterday on Roundtable. We watched it yesterday. I didn't hate the trailer. I hate the world it's setting up. Does that make any sense?
I think I get it. I think you're not, since technically this is going to be the first official product. Yes. And obviously the first thing kind of has to give you sort of some idea what you're working with.
Mhm.
So yeah, you have nothing with the product itself. It's just the impression of the world, you know.
Yeah, I'm not enthused. I'm not intrigued.
That's completely fair.
Yeah, I'm not like I said, I'm not hating on it. I just don't feel anything. I'm not disgusted. I'm not annoyed. I'm not enthused. I'm not excited. I'm just it's here. It is, and if you're starting now, Creature Commandos is exactly a James Gunn thing, and I understand him doing it. It's out there. Um, it's really
Obscure.
Skewer. That's a good word for it. Obscure. And real quick, Kaylee, I nuked it. I nuked it because I felt bad that no one could hear Alf. And it was me talking to somebody that wasn't there, essentially. I felt really bad about that. So I nuked it. You guys get a better one very soon, I promise. Because I've been playing it. I moved up to the normal difficulty now. I've been doing that today, off and on. So it'll be there. I will, but future, when it disappears on the main channel, it'll be on Renaissance Nerd Arcade, which is in the link in the description below. That's where I'll be uploading all gaming stuff. I was doing all the gaming over there, but with the kind of, as we were talking about a minute ago, with the lack of entertainment news because of the election, I'm doing gaming over here for a while just to keep the channel something with content. And also because, you guys are showing up more here because this is the main channel. So I figure if I just stream it and then upload it to the gaming channel, it'll work that way for a while. So when they disappear here, I'll leave them up generally overnight and then move it something. We game to the gaming channel. So yeah, I'm sorry though. I nuked it. Yeah, I nuked it at around 5 a.m. this morning. I know. I'm sorry. I want to give you guys a good product. And me having a conversation with Alf and him not there, I felt like that was dog shit. I was not proud of that. And it made me feel bad because it was my boomer. It was a total boomer. And, all credit to Alf because he went back and watched it and checked it out to see what it was looking like from my side. He said, yeah, I didn't hear myself. And I went, really? Shit. And if he hadn't said that, we would have had a repeat next time. Because last time I gamed on my Discord on this partition, I don't remember when, which means I had it set to all the audio just going to my headset and not spreading out to other sources on the computer. So without Alf telling me that, we would have had a big problem going forward. But I fixed it now. Everything should work fine. I might have to adjust some of the overlap audio between the game and Discord, or where the audio through which the Discord is coming. But we'll figure that out the next live stream. So I apologize. I hope you can forgive me. I just want to do that. So shut up, Legatus. Shut up. Samuel, do you forgive me?
For what? Banging yourself?
Well, no, I don't need forgiveness for that. I mean, I'm already, sinning in that way. No, for screwing up the audio for Starship Troopers Extermination and nuking the stream because I felt embarrassed.
I guess. I don't know. I didn't watch that one.
Well, Alf, Kaylee Scope's angry with me, and I'm trying to defend myself. No, what happened was Alf and I were playing last night, and my Discord audio screwed up. I didn't have its settings right, and I didn't know it because I hadn't done it for a long time on this partition, and no one could hear Alf the entire 2 hours. So it was just me having a conversation with a person nobody could hear, and I feel bad about that. The product is shit. So
I've done that once or twice too. I don't do a lot of streaming games with other people.
Mm-hmm.
I think of the 3 times total that actually happened, I only got the audio settings right once where they could hear the other person.
Yeah. How you doing, Sammy?
Oh, I'm all right.
Okay.
Tis what it is.
We'll get back to the topic in a second, but because we got to this. If you guys did miss it, though, first of all, you know what a sin is, Static. We do it every week on Ballbusters. The Among Us stream on Saturday night was loads of fun. Kel was a machine at one point. He went on a couple of just murder streaks. And it was great. It was a lot of fun. We're all looking forward to doing it again. Right now, if you want to see it, it's unlisted on this channel, but it does have a live posting on the arcade, so you can go watch it there if you did miss it. Dermy had a perspective too, and I think Shock had one on Kick. I don't know if he keeps it up though. Static, I think were you streaming it, and maybe somebody else was, but it was a lot of fun. Great time. It was great. A lot of betrayals, a lot of good stuff like that. I'm not going to change sound. I'm just going to make sure it doesn't overlap so people's audio from Discord doesn't get overrun by the game audio. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So we're talking Creature Commandos, Samuel. Are you feeling it? Have you seen anything about it?
No, I haven't been paying any attention. So this is the one with like the various like monsters from DC getting together, right?
Yeah.
None of those characters were very good, in my opinion, to begin with. So I never really followed any of that stuff.
Well, they're very low bar, obscure-ish characters, especially this incarnation. From what I found out, because the most popular version is like from World War II era stuff. Those comics where it was just mostly like, Frankenstein, a vampire, or a wolf guy, and then, Sergeant Rock. That was it.
Yeah.
But not these characters,
It's sort of a supernatural Howling Commandos kind of thing.
It's basically Suicide Squad for monsters in this thing is what it is. At least that's the way the trailer portrayed it. We're not going to watch the trailer because I got hit for it and I'm currently disputing it, so I'm not going to redo that again. But we are going to bring this up.
Because WB does do that a lot.
Yeah. So I'm fighting it out because it was transformative. We were talking the whole time, so I'm fighting it. But point is this: I'm not enthused. I don't personally trust James Gunn because I don't think he can do solo stuff going forward. This might work, but I think everything else going forward may be problematic. But for Creature Commandos right here, I spotted this article today, which is where I want to go with this. Fairly traumatic. Creature Commandos star teases very steamy X-rated scene. This could be on Max.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be on Max. So it's, I mean, Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. We're not unfamiliar with them pushing sexual boundaries with shows, and listen, I am no prude. I am very much a part of anime boobies. All about it. It's fun. Boobies are fun. But yesterday, during our commentary of it, we pretty much said that the bride is going to be Dommy Mommy, and Monster Girl from the Black Lagoon is going to be Sweet Monster Girl Fat Bait. And
they're both fat bait. Let's be real.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean.
That was one of my big takeaways from the trailer. I'm just like, yeah, the Rule 34 people are gonna be going.
Oh yeah,
real quick.
Yeah,
is that fucking Weasel on the right hand side?
Yes, it is.
Yes,
James Gunn did Weasel for a second time now. Yeah,
of course he did.
Yeah, because he has to do it.
It was a funny gimmick once, but I don't see this being like a something I'm going to want to sit through an hour and a half of.
I think, from what I can understand, I think this Weasel is going to be way different than the one we saw in the other.
Wait,
movie.
no, it's the same one because they've made it clear that the Suicide Squad and John Cena show Peacemaker, that's still canon.
Okay,
yeah.
Right, yeah, all right. Weasel. I did hear about that. Okay, maybe I worded this wrong. I think they're gonna depict this Weasel a little bit differently because in that movie he was just like that motherfucker barely moved and did anything, and this one has to be more of an active participant in the story. So,
so they taught him how to swim.
Yeah, bro.
All right, so we got Frank Grillo, who is the voice of Rick Flag Sr. Grillo brought this subject up at New York Comic Con, which nobody really knew was happening until the last minute, let's be honest. Conveying Maria Bakalova and we have a very steamy X-rated kind of scene which I watched with my 16-year-old son. Fairly traumatic.
Oh God!
Listen. I don't have.
If you're in Hollywood, don't have kids. Just don't. Stop doing it.
It's
because you're
one
just
thing,
fucking them up.
It's one thing when my stepdad, when I was a kid, was like handed me porno mags and saying, "Don't tell mom." And I was like, "Hey, that's awesome, thanks." But it's not like we sat down and read them together. Okay, he just handed it off to me and knew that I was gonna go eventually go, do my thing. But this, what?
This is some like Eugene Levy from American Pie shit.
Mm.
I mean, I understand in that movie that character was just concerned about his son and doing his best. I mean, obviously it went horribly wrong, but why would you admit to watching a sex scene that you were a participant in,
even if it's
animated or otherwise?
Yeah. All right,
with your kid.
I have a video of Frank and Maria. Is that who's Maria? Is Maria the bride or is Maria the fish?
I think that's who she voices. I only know a couple of the characters and who they're being voiced by, like Nathan Fillion's voicing the robot. David Harbour's
Alan Tudyk's in there somewhere.
Alan Tudyk is voicing Dr. Phosphorus, the skeleton guy, and the chick who played Netflix Yennefer, she's playing Cersei, the magic purple lady.
Yeah.
And then
hey, it's got a good voice cast. These are all professionals at doing this stuff. Like I said, I don't hate how the show's being put together. I'm just not enthused. Anyway, I'm assuming
quick, just from what you were saying there, Bug. When you mentioned Cersei, are we talking Wonder Woman Cersei?
Yes.
Well, that's a step down.
Well,
Frank and Maria in both trying to coax them into the scene, and they're moaning and they're making out, and they're both just making out with their hands. What? Alan Tudyk went on to further note, it's an adult show and it has all the adult things. One of those things is sex. Gunn concluded that there was one thing in the show he remembered that he thought was too much. He pulled back, but not very much. Putting the spotlight on Creature Commander himself, Warner Brothers animation executive producer Rick Morales and EVP of special programming Peter Girardi touched upon how the Creature Commander balances its characters. Okay, now I'm just going to talk to characters. Well, I thought there was going to be more. I guess they don't want to tell us what the scene is.
They're making out with his hands. That's okay.
I don't. What's X-rated? All right. I thought I was going to be told here that full-on banging was going to happen on screen.
Oh, come on. All right, let's be real. You got this from a CBR article.
I'm reaching. I know I'm reaching here, okay? I told you I didn't have a lot to work with tonight.
I mean,
this sounds like it's going to be played for comedic effect and not so much the steaminess.
Yeah.
I don't know. There might be some steamy things maybe with some of the characters.
Characters have had sex in DC animation before, just not on screen. And I thought this was going to imply, we're going to get.
I mean, have you seen Assault on Arkham?
Yes, I have.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, I have. Yahtzee. So, I like I said, I'm not being a prude here. I was just going to question whether or not this is fully appropriate, but this sounds like they were watching a take or a cut, and I don't know.
I mean, if Gunn is saying that he pulled back a bit, then obviously that there was
they did
maybe there was a pitch that was way more hardcore than they just were like, okay, maybe we're pushing the envelope just a little too much, so we'll just tone it down a little bit more.
Yeah. I thought this was going to be something, and that was nothing.
Honestly, and even if there is some steamy shit, I'll be perfectly fine if they don't turn it into something like The Boys, where I have to see everyone's dick every 2 seconds and I don't see any boobs. It's bro, just keep it even, man. Balance it out.
Yeah, I'm not. I was just. I thought we were going to read something with okay, they're going to probably take this outside of the norm, but no, it sounds like it's the norm, and CBR is just retarded saying X-rated. It's retarded. That's dumb. I'm sorry. I thought that was going to be better. I thought it was going to be a better article. That was ridiculous.
You got to do better, Adam.
I got to do better. All right. I was going to have, but since Devil won't be joining us tonight, I was going to have this, but we can spend a minute on this one. It's slightly political, but I want to do it from a chef's perspective, just because when I saw this the other day, I thought it was utterly retarded. You know where I'm going with this, don't you?
I think so.
McDonald's chef Trump has no idea how difficult it is to be a French fry cook. Shut the fuck up.
First of all, you're not a McDonald's chef. There are no McDonald's chefs.
No, there aren't.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, it's not. Not at all.
Don't you just toss fries in the fucking fryer and then you just call it a day?
I mean, this is probably some dude who works at some McDonald's food think tank coming up with the next retarded burger gimmick. You know? That's the McDonald's chef. They've been making the fries the same way for 70 years. They ain't changed it. There's no
changed some
magic.
shit. They did change some shit in the last 20 years, but it had to do with I think there's a reason it doesn't taste like potato anymore. It's because it's not.
I haven't actually eaten McDonald's French fries in over a decade. So
yeah.
I have no idea. I don't eat fast food anymore, not really. So
yeah, it's the salt is something like I think 35% MSG.
Really? See, back in the day, it was a salt and sugar mix when I was a kid, which is why it was like crack back then. But
probably was crack in there. I mean, they had it in Coke.
I mean, were you in a black neighborhood?
But I mean, but I saw this like Samuel said, you're not a chef. There's no such thing as a McDonald's chef. You're not cooking fries. It's a literal. Listen. I never worked in McDonald's. I worked in actual restaurants. But even when you go up to the counter back in the day, you could see the fry area. It's a timer. You pour, and I watched them do it for years because I was always happy when I got there in time for the fresh fries. You pour the frozen fries into the basket. You push the button. You lower it in. It beeps when it's done. And you take it out and you let them drain for a minute. And then you dump them in, you season, you serve. Not rocket science. Not chef.
Look, there are some hazard issues with that particular job, but it mostly has to do with like splashing boiling oil on your fucking skin.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. I mean, yeah, there's some danger there, but like the actual mechanics of the job itself, like you're describing, are not difficult. They're not complicated. It doesn't take a fucking high IQ to learn this shit or to just like fucking stand there and do it all day.
Well, of course not, because the McDonald's employees are just a bunch of kids usually trying to like start up their first job and save up some cash, or
it's a starter
convict that needs a job.
It's not supposed to be a living. It's just it's there to make a little money on the side because you're not paying your rent yet. You're not paying bills.
Look, and some people might find fulfillment doing something like this. Maybe they love making fries. Maybe that's their whole purpose in life as far as they're concerned. That's fine, whatever. But it's not a complicated or difficult job to do.
No. And this is just bullshit. And I saw this and I rolled my freaking eyes. No chef in their right mind. Listen, making homemade fries, it's also very easy. I used to do it a lot a few years ago. I stopped because it's a lot of work, and it's just easier for me to roast potatoes in the oven. It goes a lot. It's a lot less work. And I am appalled that anybody in their right mind would say, "I'm a McDonald's chef. This isn't how the fries isn't easy." No, shut up. It's all easy.
That's how you can tell he's lying.
Yeah,
because it's not a thing. That's not a position in the entire company of McDonald's. There are no McDonald's chefs.
Yeah, there are people making up shit in a room for recipes, but there isn't. But there's chef. Yeah, so this was dumb, and it's all political. It's all political.
Yeah, it's just because of they have to do. They gotta try to do something to counteract whatever Donald Trump does. If he breathes, you gotta go, "How dare he breathe? Yeah. That's terrible."
Yeah. It was a political stunt. That is all it was. I mean, you know, it's all over Twitter.
It was well timed.
It's
well executed.
He didn't really work there. Well, no shit, he didn't really work there. It was a fucking political ad, dude. And the whole point was that she didn't work there either.
Yeah, and she got busted on that. Yeah. Hey, a One Punch Tolkien fan. How are you? Yeah, it's ridiculous. And like I said a minute ago, this is the content right now for the next 2 weeks. This is the content.
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna do all right.
You're gonna do fine. I'm the one that's got to tread water until early November at this point. I'm the one treading water till we get by it. But I'll find a way. I always seem to.
I'm just kind of like hunkering down for the most part. At least I've got some backlog of shows to catch up on, and I have Penguin right now to watch and not be terrible with.
I mean, I'm relying on the streams. Obviously, I rely on the streams. Once a week, something seems to catch a little bit of traction. With a random video that I don't even really, not that I don't care about it, but it's something like, okay, I'm doing this because I'm just trying to put something together, and I hope people like it. And then, okay, that one happened, works a little bit, but then rest of the week, it's like, okay, let's just get to next stream day so that I can. Like, I don't know if we're going to generate any clippable content tonight. I have no idea, but we're going to try. You never know what's going to happen.
Your balls if you like.
You keep those tentacles to yourself. All right. I am not. I don't want that at all.
He does not want to be near that like tentacle stuff. He's already traumatized from the Ursula thing.
God, listen, and I hang around with Dermy enough.
I'm so much gentler than she is, though.
Do you have suction cups?
I mean, do you want me to? I'm an Eldritch Horror. I can have them.
Yeah. Moving on. All right, Samuel, since you are here, let's jump this. So, Dune Prophecy. 3 weeks. Dune Prophecy. I've been talking about how I am definitely going to review it because I am Dune. I like Dune. Very, very influential in my life. Now, I did make a mistake early on. I think a couple months ago when they announced it or changed the name and gave us the teaser, I was going, "What is this shit? There's no. They're just dropping in the timeline and make shit up." No, apparently, it's based off this book,
which is you sent me the that cover, and you're just like, oh, it's based on this a couple weeks, like last week or some shit.
Yeah.
And I went and looked it up. I wasn't aware that book existed, or that it's like part one of a trilogy that is a sequel to another trilogy I didn't know was a thing either.
It's basically this one. This is book one, with events surrounding when the predecessor to the Bene Gesserit Sisterhood becomes the Bene Gesserit Sisterhood, and then the following one is about the Mentats, and I don't know what the third one's about. I don't care about the other two books.
It's about the third one's about the Spacing Guild.
Okay, it is. I didn't look that far. So, this is 700 pages. It arrived today. I ordered it a couple days ago. I was going to wait, but so I am going to read this. I'm going to read this because I am not familiar with it, so that I can give an accurate take on whether or not the trailer, the show of the trailer we're about to watch is legitimate. Okay, so now let's watch the trailer, and then I'm gonna read the back of the book to you guys, and we'll see if the trailer matches up with the back of the book to start. So I have not watched the trailer yet. I have not watched it. This is a virgin.
Mark Strong's in it, huh?
The cast looks okay.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah. So, I mean, listen, we know I'm pretty salty about modern current day adaptations of Dune. I'm very salty about that stuff. But this isn't Denis Villeneuve. This isn't him. This is something separate. And if they're actually going to base something on the book, we'll see. All right, so here we go. Dune Prophecy. I already skipped past the 5-second teaser for the teaser, which I fucking hate that. So here we go.
The sisterhood draws women from many worlds to advance our species.
Okay, so that is supposed to be she's a Harkonnen, and what is her name? Is it here?
Valia Harkonnen, right?
Valia, thank you. There it is, Valia. That's supposed to be Valia Harkonnen, the eldest of two sisters, and who eventually does become like the second or third Mother Superior of the Order. Now, I don't know how far along this is in this timeline. She seems to be pretty strong in the sisterhood at this point. So let's keep going.
Ungovern the future. The Imperium is fragile. The great houses fight for control.
All right, now I'm assuming Mark Strong is the first Carino Emperor, looks like, or
yeah, he's it says shit, I just lost the fucking thing here. I wish they would just spell out the whole goddamn name instead of making me fucking click on things here, but yeah, it's the Emperor. It's the current Emperor at the time.
Okay.
So
All right. Well, that's a good cast. That is a good cast. Mark Strong's good. All right, so this book's supposed to start 83 years after the Battle of Corin, which was kind of the end of the Bolterian Jihad. So all right, let's keep going.
Now is the time to secure the throne and protect the Imperium. This endangers everything. There are secrets we have gone to great lengths to keep.
I think that's her sister.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
The Imperium is a circus of fear and rumor. I'm surrounded by vipers.
Whoa. Did she have
blue eyes?
Blue eyes? Because that's not a thing yet.
Well, they got to tie it in somehow for the fucking plebs, dude.
That's not a thing yet. I mean, according to what I understand in my brief overview of what's going to happen here, a member of House Atreides at that time, the current leader of House Atreides, is first, going to Arrakis. At that point,
right, and they're taking their sweet fucking time doing it because they don't have the ability to hold space without the spice, right?
Yeah, because there's no spice. Spice isn't flowing yet.
Yeah, so if they're first heading to Arrakis, then no, they would not have discovered spice yet.
Yeah, well, we're gonna find out. I mean, I only did when I realized there was a full book. I stopped my cursory glance at what would happen in the book, so that I could do that. I stopped my cursory glance because I realized, okay, if I'm gonna read a book, I need to not have spoilers. So I kind of stopped my cursory glance. So yeah, blue eyes.
Surrounded by vipers. If I lose control of Arrakis, the great houses would...
All right. I like Travis Fimmel. I like him a lot.
I like him. I think he does one thing very well, and he plays that one thing in everything he's fucking in.
Intensity. Yeah. But I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. No, he's quite good. I haven't seen him in anything except I think that god awful Warcraft fucking movie. Since Vikings,
yeah,
he was great in Vikings.
Yeah, he was outstanding in Vikings because Vikings was still on the rails while he was in it because they were still within the history of it. It's after they killed off Ragnar that they went completely off the rails.
So no, actually, the historical accuracy of the first 4 seasons with him is actually completely fucking out of whack too. But
I know
the show, yeah. The show kind of loses focus after he leaves the show, and it sort of just kind of like goes all over the place.
Yeah,
it's got a couple of really great moments, but yeah, the writing suffers quite a bit when he's not in it.
When he was there, when Ragnar was there, it stuck within the time frames, the proper time frames, but then it fell apart without locking into Ragnar's rise and rule and death.
Yeah, again, yes and no. I mean, Rollo wasn't actually Ragnar's brother, and he lived 200 years after. But sure,
really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of shit that's totally wrong with that show. In terms of historical accuracy, in terms of a very entertaining show, it's great.
You want a better one? Last Kingdom is a lot better on some of the history.
I've been hearing that, but I've also been hearing that it's quite a bit slower too.
it's it's a different story. It takes place after the Great Heathen Army. So
right.
But it's from, of course, the English perspective. But it's a lot. It's not perfect either, but it's a lot closer to the real history, is what it is. The way that stuff worked. But that's a tangent. That's a different discussion. Yeah. So
Fimmel's great though. I like Fimmel. I'm happy to see him in pretty much anything.
Yeah, the cast is fine so far. I like the cast, and I'm sure the performances are going to be good because HBO knows how to do television. Let's remember that they know how to do television.
Feed me to the worm.
No.
Okay,
right,
so
I'm starting to question the accuracy of this, even though I haven't read the book yet, because this book begins only 83 years after the end of the Bulturian Jihad, where humanity starts to go out across the stars.
yeah, and after that, they didn't have any navigation was kind of hit or miss because they got rid of all their fucking thinking machines that could plot courses for them because those thinking machines tried to kill them.
Norma Senva is active in this book, and she's the founder of Space Folding.
Yeah,
essentially, she made it work with the experimenter when she started experimenting on herself with spice.
So this is obviously there's going to be some timey-wimey shit here because if they're actually on Dune, right? If they've discovered it and they're there and they've had time to fucking build a goddamn sandcastle like that, yeah, I don't know, man.
All right, I'm not feeling good about this right now. From what I know of what's going to be going on in this book,
I suppose it depends on the book itself.
The troubles are far greater than just Arrakis. There's a war hidden in plain sight.
We're so diverse. We're so diverse. They don't have to do it. I mean, it's not an issue, but they don't have to. They don't have to.
I'm the only one that can tell you the truth.
What do you want?
To wipe out every trace of assistance from our worlds. That is why I've been gifted a great power.
He looks like Space Jesus.
Okay, who is he supposed to be? I'm gonna look that up. Right? Can you look that up for me? Who his character is?
Yeah, somebody called Desmond Hart.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Desmond Hart. Somebody called that. I haven't read these books, so I'm not familiar with any of this stuff.
And these are legitimate because Brian Herbert worked on with Kevin J. Anderson, and they're working off of Frank's notes. So this is legitimate. It's what they call it the extended Dune. The extended timeline is what they call it, apparently, out of the original books. So it is legitimate. All right, let's keep going.
Consider me a true believer.
We've never seen a force like this.
Wait, what is he creating the Sardaukar?
Looks like it.
Looks like he's creating the Sardaukar.
So this is early on enough in the I guess
10,000 years
the life of the Imperium, right?
It's 10,000 years before the Atreides.
Yeah. But I mean, during the Butlerian Jihad, Butler, the guy that it was named for, was also the founder of House Harkonnen, was he not?
I don't know. I don't remember. I need to go back and I should get the Butlerian Jihad books. I haven't read those. I should honestly read.
Yeah, because the three main houses, like the three main houses in the first book, the Emperor's house, the Harkonnens, and the Atreides are all interrelated at this point. At that point, but they all share like common ancestry, going all the way back.
Oh yeah, and it's during towards the end of the events of the Jihad where the Harkonnen and Atreides split happens, where they have a falling out. And there is no House Carino yet. House Carino gets formed after the Battle of Corin, apparently. Anyway,
but I'm pretty sure the first several emperors were essentially early Harkonnens. Genetically speaking, I mean.
I'm not sure.
This could destroy the Imperium. We must act.
see the corruption in your heart.
I'm just pausing. For
Steamy sex scene.
Yeah, they're gonna make out with their hands.
Here's fake Fremen chick, I guess. I don't know.
Same way I see the blood trailing your every step.
What is
I would
happening
have
here?
that reaction when a woman screams at me too.
So you're not gonna like this comparison, Adam. But this whole trailer is reminding me of some of the trailers for the Sci-Fi Channel's Dune series.
Really, I don't remember those.
Like
trailers.
just the way it's cut together, it's just kind of reminding me of that early, like, you know, it's like, oh, here's all this intense shit, blah blah blah, and here's some intrigue, and here's some more intense shit.
Yeah, but those are like 85-90% faithful. And this
right, but the trailers themselves, that you didn't know that watching the trailers.
I don't remember them. So
yeah. So
all right, we're almost done.
Take out your blade.
Okay, I do know this. If that is Vela, she does know the voice, but she hadn't quite perfected it at this point. Because the previous Mother Superior was the one who created the voice. So she will use the voice, but I don't know if she's that powerful with it. So God damn it. Fucking mouse.
The reckoning is here.
Supposed to be.
I run a school for young women. We're not a threat to anyone.
I mean, I kind of like the fact that she appears to be like, you know, horrendous, and they're making no effort to hide that behind, like, oh my gosh, modern woman, she's a strong woman and just misunderstood. No, that's a villain, and they're very clearly painting her as one.
Yeah. Now, the thing is this. Now it says right there from the novel Sisterhood of Doom. So, all right. Let me read. I'm going to read the back of this, and then we'll compare. It is 83 years after the last of the thinking man machines were destroyed in the Battle of Corn, and great changes are brewing that will shape and twist all humankind. Raquela Berto Anirul has formed the Bene Gesserit school on the jungle planet of Rossack, because they were called the Rossack sisters, heard for a little bit there, as the first Reverend Mother Superior. The descendants of the Aurelius Venport and Norma Senva have built Venport Holdings using, sorry, it's a little dark in here, this angle, using mutated spice-saturated navigators who fly precursors of Highlanders. Okay, so spice is available. All right, so spice is using.
So they would have had to been to Dune. That would be the only reason that there would be anybody who looks remotely like a Fremen in this, is if they had already colonized Arrakis in the first place, because the Fremen are still human.
Yeah. Gilbertus Albans, the ward of the hated Erasmus, is teaching humans to become mentats and hiding an unbelievable secret. Yes, we know the Erasmus secret. If you know, you know. The Voltarian movement, led by Manfred Tornado, and let me start that over. Sorry. The Voltarian movement, led by Manfred Tornado, and rapidly opposed to all forms of dangerous technology, begins to sweep across the known universe in mobs, millions strong, destroying everything in its path. Every one of these characters and all these groups will become enmeshed. Sorry, it's dark in here. Enmeshed in the contrast. I sound like fucking Jeremy reading this shit. God damn. Well, there's not a lot of light here, and the closer I do it, if it gets blurred, so I'm trying to find a angle here. Contest between reason and faith. All of them will be forced to choose sides in the inevitable crusade that could destroy humankind forever. So this is the beginning of the Carino Empire. And this looks like this story is taking place here. That's what this looks like. This is taking place in during the reign of the second Reverend Mother Superior, the Vela Harkonnen, and her. So that's what it looks like.
So if this is a series, I don't know. I mean, maybe they take their time to get there, and maybe they're just showing us some things here. But I don't know.
I don't know. Something feels off. Something feels off. I mean,
look, if the series is good, it's good.
Yeah, and that's why I want to read the book so that I am able to tell whether or not they are doing a Denny and starting on the right track and then veering wildly off into nonsense. That's what I want to do. And if it pulls itself together, fine, I will tell it. I mean, listen, this is probably gonna be 8 episodes, so it's HBO, so it's gonna be one a week. We'll watch it. I'll talk about it. I'll bring it up on, I don't know which stream yet, whether it'll be here or Roundtable, but I'll bring it up and we'll talk about it and we'll see. But I don't trust it. Maybe it's because of Denny. I don't trust this stuff. I just don't. I just don't trust it.
Yeah, he doesn't necessarily have anything to do with this.
Yeah, no. That's not what I mean. I just don't trust anybody making this stuff right now. Is what I'm saying. And I know that it has nothing to do with it. He's not involved at all, because he's still putting together Messiah right now, which they are still foolishly calling Dune 3, which is just stupid. It's just stupid. They're calling it Dune 3, and it's not even starting filming until 2026. Listen. Unless
we could all be dead by then. I'm just saying.
Stop it.
It's a long time to wait for a movie.
I'm not waiting for it because I hated the first two. I think Denny's a hack.
I'm not waiting for it because I never bothered to the other movies because I'm just not a Dune guy.
And you didn't waste. You would have wasted your time because I don't care. We're far enough away. They suck. We're far enough away. I'm gonna say it. They suck.
But my point, Adam, is that's kind of optimistic that they think they're still going to be around making movies at that point.
I know. I
See,
just think
my bailiwick is the other stuff.
I know.
It's not looking good, folks.
I know. So you have prophecy. You have, I'm going to call it Messiah because that's what it is. It's freaking Messiah, the actual second Dune story, not a third one.
However, this Dune prophecy thing, like I'm unfamiliar with this specific part of it, so I might just watch the series. Maybe I'll read the books down the road because I don't know. There's apparently a whole nother trilogy before that, and some other books that I haven't read yet in between, and all that. And then I'd rather read them from in order. But I might check this out and see if it's like not knowing anything. I'm not having read the book like you, and we can maybe compare notes.
If I wasn't reviewing it, I would probably just watch it. But because I'm reviewing it, I feel it's my job to be as educated on the source material as possible so that I can give a fair review. Like if they decide, if I feel as though if I discover that they are starting like in the middle of this story, I want to be able to comment on whether or not I think that's a good idea. And then
that's fair.
I want to be able to say, okay, are they portraying these characters correctly? Or are they whammonizing one? Or are they cucking another one? That kind of thing. That's what I want to be able to comment on. Because listen, during my House of the Dragon reviews, I gave very high praise to the production value, the acting, the casting. Everything looked great, sounded great, felt great, but I thought the story was garbage. And it was not fun, and it was just plotting, and everybody was wasting my time with filler episodes or filler events when we could have moved things along. But no, they want to stretch this out to 4 goddamn seasons, so they're going to take their goddamn time and make us feel like we're wasting our time. So I don't want everybody to get the wrong idea. I don't want Prophecy to suck. I didn't want Denny's movies to suck, but for me, they did suck. A lot of people love them, but I'm a Dune book guy, so they are horrible to me. They are abominations.
Well, it's entirely possible that this Dune Prophecy series veers wildly from what's in that book, Dune, like Sisterhood or whatever, but is still done well on its own.
Yeah, I mean,
right? It holds up on its own.
It might be one of those things where, even though it might veer away slightly, but it still might hold the essence of what the story is, and just like other stuff that gets adapted, not one-to-one, which of course is not possible, but as close as possible. I want to be able to say whether or not it works, and I can't do that without reading the book. Now, 700 pages, this will take me about 2, maybe 3 days to burn through, so I'll probably burn through this the week before it premieres. I think it's November 15th. I think that's when it's premiering. And there you go. There you go. We will do our best. We'll do our best, and I hope for the best. I want this to work. I like Dune. I'm just sorry that we're probably never going to get another, at this point. Maybe I hate to say this because it makes me feel old. In my lifetime, we're never going to get another mainline Dune story adaptation, because Denny's version has the chokehold on that, and anything going forward with it will be based on his, and that sucks, because he ruined it going into Messiah. All right, well, time will tell. We'll find out with this a couple weeks when I get to it, and I'll look forward to our discussions, where I'll be coming at it from the having read the book, super critical review, where Samuel, you might just be watching it and you'll tell me if I am, being too judgmental, because you'll tell me.
Like I said, if it turns out to be like nothing at all like the book, but it's still a solid show, I'm gonna say nice things about it. But
yeah.
At the same time, it's just it could suck ass and be dead on balls accurate to the book too.
You know what would have been the smart play? Do the Bolterian Jihad.
Yeah.
I mean, AI is such a hot topic right now. That would have been great. I mean, you want to talk action. That's the most action Dune has. The Bolterian Jihad. Humanity fighting against thinking machines. That's where they should have started. That would have been great. I would have been all on board for that. I would have been excited for that. I'm not necessarily excited for this. I'm just curious whether or not they're going to
want the spice.
Stop it. Stop it. We're a clean show. But yeah, they should have started. They should go with the Bolterian Jihad, because it's not like it spoils anything. I mean, if you know the full story, you know what happens. But starting there, why not? Everybody's so in love with doing prequels. Why not go to the true beginning of Dune? Because that would be a fascinating thing to watch. Watch the birth of the great houses. Watch the falling outs. Watch the war against think machines, Omnius and Erasmus, all that stuff, where Erasmus throws the child out the window, and that's the beginning of it. Why not do that? Would have been cool, man. That would have been cool. But no, I fear that they went to this one because, yes, the Bene Gesserit, massively powerful, naturally strong female faction in the whole franchise, but they went to it just because of that. And here's what I find interesting. I don't know when in the timeline. I mean, maybe I'll find out when I read this, when they started the breeding program. I'm not sure when they started the breeding program, but I don't know why they're calling this Prophecy.
Probably because it sounds cool, man. Like if they called it Sisterhood, they know they'd just get a bunch of flack from guys like us on the internet.
Well, once I learned that the actual book is titled Sisterhood, I wouldn't have given flack.
Not you specifically.
I know.
I know how the fellowship gets about shit.
I know. And I would have tried to talk reason, because, hey guys, the book is called Sisterhood.
And just because, like, the word prophecy is ominous, but it doesn't really give anything away, right? So it's like,
Well,
it's got that cool factor to it.
There is no prophecy. There's just the Kwisatz Haderach. I mean, it's not so much a prophecy; it's just a desire that they wanted to create to try and save humanity.
But 10,000 years later, it's regarded as prophecy by a great many people who are not in the know that it's just bullshit.
Yeah, I know. See,
right. So this would be the birth of that prophecy, so the title does make sense in a roundabout way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. November 15th, which means likely you'll get my review on the 16th, unless they drop it at midnight, which HBO generally does. What day is November 15th? Let me see. I need to know what days these are.
Well, the 5th is a Tuesday.
It's a Friday. Oh man, that means I gotta do a review on a Saturday morning? That's annoying. Well, only because the fact that I'm up so goddamn late with Ballbusters. That's the annoying part of it. I'm up so late with Ballbusters that I usually don't wake up till, well, all right, I usually don't wake up till that late anyway, but when I have review days, I try to go to bed early the night before on review days because reviews take me 2 to 3 hours with how I do my stuff. So let me make sure it's November 15th it's dropping. Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure it was 15th. Dune Prophecy. Dune Prophecy premiere. Oh, November 17th. Okay, it's a Sunday. All right, so it's dropping on Sunday. So it's a Monday review. That is okay. That's fine. Monday review is fine. Start the week strong. Strong like bull. All right. Okay, so November 17th. Excuse me, guys. Forgive me for being retard. November 17th. We will be reviewing Dune Prophecy. So we might even talk about it that night a little extra then. That might be the thing into January. Dune Prophecy every night. Or no, end of December. End of December. It's probably 8 episodes. So yeah, so there we go. I wish I was more excited. I do.
I mean, I wish I was a baller.
You wish you're a little bit taller?
Oh, well, no, not so much that.
All right.
But I wish I had a girl, and if I did, I would call her. That's right, bitches. We're old.
I heard inside. Okay. That's all my topics. That's all my topics that I got. I got a top 10, but I want to sit on there for a little bit more. You guys got anything you want to bring up?
Jesus, Adam.
I mean,
it's rough. It's rough. It's rough. I
know. I don't know, man. I don't know if you really feel like talking about Penguin or anything. So
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched it, and I'm not gonna watch it. I mean, you can tell us that you're enjoying it. I
am enjoying it. In fact, I admit I was skeptical, and I made
like most people. Most people were skeptical. Yeah,
I was skeptical, and I've made it no secret that I'm not a fan of the grounded, gritty, realistic thing that Reeves has been putting up. And I admit that while I still enjoyed the Batman film for the most part, I did find like certain elements of it eventually I just started despising parts of it, especially when like details started getting added in, like that Joker deleted scene, and I'm just like, It's like, okay, maybe I could see it. And then it got to the point where it's like, you know what? I'm tired. I don't want to do realistic or gritty anymore. I'm bored. Nolan did that. He had a good chokehold on that for like 10 fucking years. And now it's like, oh, we're doing this again. And it's like, because like, I don't know. It gets to a point where it's like, dude, I don't want to do this.
But so I guess the acting and the performances are what's selling it for all of you right now.
The acting, the performances, and the writing, because it's actually like pretty well written, and the performances are really good. Not just from Colin Farrell, who's like having to do a whole lot under all that like fat suit makeup, but the actual like one of the actual antagonists, Sophia Falcone, that character. Her actress is like really doing a good job. Like
everybody's
and
thirsty for her. I hear.
I am one of them. She's
Correct me if I'm wrong, Bug, but wasn't Sophia Falcone kind of mannish in the comic books, or at least in
yeah, she was pretty
the Long
fucking,
Halloween?
She was built like a brick in the comics. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. They actually feminized an Uggo then, huh?
Yeah.
yeah, they did. And
well, she was Italian. What do you want, man?
So is Monica Bellucci, okay?
Ooh, yeah.
Monica Bellucci is also Italian, all right?
Monica Bellucci is the exception. Let's be honest.
Hey, Sophia Loren was Italian.
She's exceptional for everybody's country.
Sophia Loren was Italian too. All right.
Yeah. Yes, she was, and she was a sex symbol. What, 70 years ago?
Dude, see it, Demi.
That's 2 women in a century, man, that stand out. That's all I'm saying. In a whole country.
But yeah, no, she's really good. She was really good because like the character she has to play is like the general backstory is like she was gone for the last 10 years. She was locked up at Arkham, and then when she comes out, you know, everyone's kind of jumpy and scared of her because she's got this stigma. She was supposedly locked up for killing a lot of people, and she was dubbed Hangman, you know, and the way she carries herself, you know, they really sell the idea that she is fucking unhinged, but it's not in like it's not in that stupid quirky like Harley Quinn way that people are tired of. It's very like
I'm gonna cut your balls off.
Yeah, it's like when all she has to do is like just look just a certain way, and like her eyes will just sell it, and it's like being trapped in a room with Dermy. It's like you don't know what he's going to do with you.
Oh, we know what he's going to do with us. We don't know if we're going to be conscious or not.
Yeah, but that's essentially like the same feeling. It's like they do it, and they do it in a lot of like really good show don't tell. It's just like,
respect for that. Respect.
Yeah, like there's even this little scene where she's at a party with a lot of other mobster people, and one of her cousins shows up, and she's like, "Oh, hey, Sophia, it's been so long," you know, and trying to be all nice and giddy. And her cousin's daughter shows up, you know, and her like she's got this like little ribbon that's not tied in. Sophia's like, "Oh, I'll get that," and the cousin's like, "Oh God," she has this "oh God" look on her face, like, "Oh no, my kid is right near the fucking hangman. What am I gonna do?" And she tries to like politely try to get the kid away, but Sophia just has this like sudden look she just gives, and it's just like it's like the look you would give to someone that pissed you off. You're like, don't even fucking move, and it's just sold so well, you know. And I think it was like episode 4 they give her a big explanation to her backstory, and a lesser talented writer would definitely try to go down the trend of, oh, this totally makes her sympathetic, and you know, oh, you don't, she's not wrong for any of the crimes she does. But no, they do it in a way where it's like, okay, you feel bad for what happened to her, but they don't shy away from actually having her do despicable shit that you know for a fact, yeah, this bitch is still crazy. Like, I'm sorry for what happened to you, but you did do a lot of fucked up shit, you know?
So essentially it's good writing in the sense that we're not going to make you sympathize with her because we're going to show her to be evil, but we're still going to want you to fuck her.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I don't mind a few scars here or there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty good. So, and in terms of just the story and the world itself, it's fine and enjoyable. But
now there are rumors that Sparkly Batman will show up in like the penultimate episode.
Supposedly they say he's not, but I wouldn't be shocked if it was like a.
I heard he was spotted on set during filming. So
I haven't heard that, but I wouldn't be shocked if they did, because I think they kind of do need to put him in there at some point, even if it's like at the end or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because as the scene is ramping up, because obviously the whole point of it is like Penguin is trying to like make all these crime families like fucking annihilate each other, and like scenes are getting amped up and more. So it's like, yeah, you're kind of gonna need to put Batman to pop in there, even just for one scene, because otherwise he'd be ignoring an entire whole gang war that's kicking off.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they do. But yeah, it's pretty good and enjoyable there. But I'll be fine when this ends and it ends on a good note, and then we get to the second Batman movie, and I don't know, hopefully that's just okay. And then after that, just be done with that corner of the world.
It'll be done.
Yeah,
because
that's what I want it to be. I just want that to be done so we could get onto like what I feel like would be a better proper Batman, because I want more fantastical shit. I want him to fight a proper Clayface, a proper Mr. Freeze. No, not Arnold, Mr. Freeze. Not.
I mean, we saw in Creature Commandos trailer that Clayface is introduced in that one, so Clayface is going to be active in the James Gunn universe.
Yeah, that would be good. I just want the more cool, fun shit. Like
I want to see Condiment Man.
God damn it, Samuel!
Look, if we're gonna go fucking full James Gunn, there's no reason that Condiment Man can't show up.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. That would be a James Gunn thing to do. It totally would be. But goddamn,
goddamn Condiment King, man. It's right up there next to
Condiment King. Sorry,
Man.
Yeah.
Fake
Dude,
nerd.
I think he's better than Kite Man. Honestly, Kite Man got cucked by a fucking Harley Quinn, so I'm good.
Oh yeah, right. They did also give him a show where he was hooking up with Golden Glider, which was okay.
I don't even
know. I had issues with the Batman. There were things I liked about it and things I didn't. But essentially, if you took Batman out, it's just 7. Right up until the end when it gets fucking batshit and goes completely off the fucking rails. But I will say that Colin Farrell's performance was actually one of the highlights of that movie. So like, yeah, I don't know if you're saying the show's pretty good, Bug, I might actually check it out.
Yeah, like I definitely been enjoying it, and like Colin Farrell definitely holds his own there a lot, and even with some of the changes they tweak out because stupid realism, they don't even call him like Oswald Cobblepot in the show. They shortened his last name to Cobb for some fucking reason.
I remember that. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, because what was it? There's one of the people on the show saying, "Oh, well, it doesn't sound realistic, So
silly.
It sounded silly, so we talked to Jim Lee. Yeah, so we talked to Jim Lee, and he's like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." And it's like, "Fuck you." Okay, it's like you're adapting a fucking comic book. Guess what? They have some goofy fucking names. You're gonna have to live with it.
I mean, Edward Nigma, Jervis Tetch.
Here's the thing with Riddler is he's got multiple names. Like that you could use. You don't even need to use Nigma. You could just call him Edward Nashton or whatnot.
Sure, sure.
So it's like there are ways to get around that are not like that doesn't make you sound like you hate being in a comic book project, which is just the thing I'm not big on with the Reeves stuff, because I've been watching a lot of the behind the scenes stuff for not only this but the Batman, and like all the words I kept hearing over and over and over again. It's realistic. It's like the real world. It's like we took him out of the comic book and put him in a real world. It's like It's like if I want the real world, it's like if I want the real world, I just look out the window or turn on the news. I don't want real world, dude.
You're not wrong.
I want to watch a man dressed up as a bat fight like a crazy clown or a giant crocodile man or fight a sexy green lady with vines and shit.
Yeah, or I would, if as long as we're going for the fantastical route, why not bring in Man Bat or Maxi Zeus or any number of other villains that don't get enough time? I'm actually sick to fucking death of the Joker. If I have to sit through one more interpretation of that fucking character, I'm gonna fucking quit reading comics altogether. But it's there. He has a huge rogues gallery, which is incredibly fucking underused. Like if they did a comic accurate Bane, he would have to swell like a balloon every time he got high, right? They're not going to do that,
No, they would probably the most they would probably have to do you get like a big bodybuilder motherfucker or like get some big wrestler, and then if you really got to amp him up to like stupid length, they'll add in a little CGI probably, but that'd be fine, and like that whole thing with you and Joker, like that's kind of with me and like Lex Luthor and Zod for like Superman stuff, because
no, that's fair.
Because I want a Superman movie where he's fighting against Toyman.
You want Toyman? Yes, we know you want Toyman.
I think that could be good. No, Bugs talked about this before. I think that could be good. It would be a good fucking movie to watch.
Yeah, Devil and Adam were giving me a lot of shit.
I mean, my shit is Toyman's good for the intro villain, but don't have him. I can't see him being the entire villain for the whole movie.
Well, it depends. Because Winslow shot. If they go with the Winslow shot route, like the dude's a genius, right? Most of Superman's villains are not on his level physically, but a lot of them match or outpace him mentally, right? That's why they get ahead like they do. And Winslow shot is one of those guys. He could very well, because most of his toys are remote controlled. He's not in them.
Yeah, like and that would be like one of the bigger appeals. It's like you could be a lot creative with all this stuff. Like the animated series was example enough. I mean, dude, he was sending in giant rubber duckies. He had like a bunch of robotic toy soldiers. He had a Play-Doh thing that tried to eat you alive. Like there's so much creativity to it, and because that he's one of the more demented characters, you could kind of have a little bit of fun with it instead of just. With Luthor, he's kind of one note.
I agree. I'm sick of Lex Luthor. I'm sick of it.
Like with Luthor, it's like, yeah, okay, I get it. You're rich and you were on top of the world, and now Superman's like above you, and you don't like it. Okay, cool, whatever. Get your armor, get your kryptonite, whatever. Okay, fine, you can do that however long you want. All right. Or Zod, it's like, okay, Zod, I already get the idea. Blah blah blah.
See, My problem is, and I have said this before too, I want to see Warworld and Mongol, but I know you can't just jump to that. That needs a build up. That's
you're
what
gonna have to prep that up a little bit.
That's what I mean. I understand that. That's the thing. So that would take.
But yeah, I totally get it. That would be cool too. Like you would need a little work, but definitely would be fun. Like just focus on like the other characters that don't quite get it. Like. Yeah, like Joker and Luthor, like, okay, we get it.
I think we've been in agreement that Parasite would be a good one.
Parasite would be cool. A pretty good one. Yeah. Or Livewire.
Livewire, yeah.
Get Livewire and get her voice, get her played by Kat Dennings for reasons.
Oh, hell yeah.
and not just because she's got a great personality.
She doesn't have a great personality, but okay.
She's got massive fucking tits, Samuel.
Yes, I'm aware of that. That's the only reason to ever hire that woman. She's not a terrific actress, and she has a very annoying voice and personality, but she has massive tits.
That's what I was going to go into. Her voice is perfect because it sounds a lot like the animated series Livewire.
Right.
If you compare the two voices, they sound pretty close, and it's like, oh, that would be perfect.
Yeah, maybe. I would not be opposed to going back to Apocalypse, but I think that they shouldn't just start with like Darkseid and Desaad and those guys. They need to like start with I would throw in like the female Furies, for example, introduce Big Barda and Mr. Miracle.
Yeah.
And maybe jump over to New Genesis with some of those guys, Orion, Metron.
Build it up. Build it up right. Build it up right.
Yeah, those guys like get into the New Gods lore. And not just like, oh, Darkseid bad. Of course Darkseid bad.
I want to get in her lore.
You know, I was watching. I'm trying to catch up a little bit on One Piece because I've let that slack for a while, and I'm on Dressrosa.
I saw your comment. Yeah, I know.
Oh, I am bored to fucking shit.
Where are
man.
you? Where are you in Dressrosa?
Okay, so Block D is currently fighting, and
oh, you're that far in?
The toys are the little people and the fucking toy soldier are getting ready to attack, and frankly, what's his name? Trafalgar Law has gotten his shit handed to him over and over again by the fucking blind swordsman, and what's his name? Doflamingo, who, by the way, is not I don't care about Doflamingo. He's not interesting at all. I'm sorry.
Really?
He's just not.
You don't like
Dofi?
He's
fucking boring.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. He's just like, oh, look, here's an overpowered dude who is not interesting in any fucking way.
Really? Huh. See,
Yeah.
that at this point, I found him interesting because he's one of the more he's a villain that has no upside or no pity. He's just pure fucking evil. And he just wants to destroy everything. And
it's like that.
Well, he's also
something about him is just not. Maybe it's his design versus his designs on the world. I don't know. I just don't like the guy.
He's overpowered because it's the first time you're dealing with a devil fruit user that's reached an awakened stage. No, this is the first time you're dealing with a devil fruit user like that. So that could be also that's why he's so overpowered. One of the reasons.
I like the whole
Dressrosa.
celestial dragon thing was just kind of like, okay, well, that wasn't surprising at all, but it's still not fucking very interesting.
See, I like Dressrosa because I thought they do a lot of great character work with the main characters and then the side characters for that particular arc. Once the action really gets going, and I'm not going to say anything because you're still in the tournament phase, it's some pretty hardcore freaking action. When you finally get to it, it's not a spoiler. Luffy versus Doflamingo is fantastic. I think that's one of the
I hope so. I hope it gets better. Right now where I'm at is not great, but the reason I bring it up is because on their way to the rendezvous point, while Roboland and Usaland are riding on the fucking foxes through the tunnel,
call them
and
that. Fucking hate it when they call them that shit.
That fucking that fucking old ass gnome is just like squeezed right between Robin's tits, and he's like, "Hey, thanks for the best seat in the house."
Listen, all right, you haven't gotten there yet. I know you already hate Usopp. Prepare to hate him even more.
Yeah, you guys have been telling me that since before I got to Dressrosa, and
this is some of the worst Usopp you're gonna get. His behavior.
Luffy should have left him on the beach at Water 7 when he beat his fucking teeth in.
Somewhere
was a long time ago, by the way.
Somewhere Dermy's going, no! Somewhere he's right now.
Dermy, if you're listening, Usopp is a shit character. Period. Yes, Static. Usopp sucks.
I like Dressrosa. I'm sorry you're not enjoying it. And problem is, when you're done with it, the Zoark that's slow. I'm not a fan of Zoark, but Whole Cake is really good. And then Whole Cake leads into Wano, which is Wano's fucking epic in my opinion. It was crazy.
I hope so. And maybe I'm just a little burnt out because like I'm not an anime guy, and I've gotten this far in a year.
I was doing my rewatch like a few months ago, and then I suddenly hit the wall as well. It's like, okay, I've kind of had enough for now. Also, because I was reading the current arc, Egghead Island, and I was more into that, and I didn't really feel like going backwards at that moment. Now I'm kind of in a total break. I'm not reading the manga. I'm not. The anime has gone on hiatus, so I'm kind of I'm not into it. But say your point, and then I do want to make an announcement. So go.
I just think it's funny because I was on a panel with Tiny But Fierce a little while back, and she's like, well, I know there's a lot of stuff. Oh, you saw that part where she's like, there's a lot of great stuff that they're going to be redoing it and taking out all the filler. I was like, I'm not fucking sitting through this twice. It's not going to happen.
I was not in favor of what she was saying during that discussion. I watched it the next morning. You guys are lucky I wasn't in chat when that was going on, because I would have been like, I've been like a madman, like I was the other night when you guys were talking about the God of War thing. I would have been even worse, going no. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I'm sorry you're not enjoying it. I think when it kicks into gear, I think you'll like it towards the end. At least the battles are really good. The battles are fantastic in Dressrosa. But I will announce this now. I was going to wait, but we're talking One Piece, and we'll be talking One Piece again and again and again. I will announce this now. Jeremy and I have already agreed to it. In January for Anime Odyssey, we're going to be doing a special episode. It's going to be a One Piece extravaganza. And we're going to put a panel out there. We're going to get everybody in a room. Well, in the room, you know what I mean. And we're going to talk One Piece. And I haven't decided where the cutoff point's going to be for the story for the arcs, but we're going to do that. And we're just going to let everybody go because we're going to talk that. We're going to talk live action because we'll be getting pretty close to it because they're still filming it now, but we'll be far enough along that we'll have some discussion. So January Anime Odyssey will be our first of probably many One Piece special. So just putting it out there now. It's going to happen. Dermy and I have already agreed to it. So we'll keep you guys informed with how that is going and when we get close to it, and how the panel's looking when we put it together. So, but I think, like I said, I think you'll like the end of Dressrosa. I think you will be bored by Zoe. I think you'll like Whole Cake, and everybody pretty much likes Wano.
Yeah. Oh, also, I just got past the artistic lady who was fucking with the Sunny and turning everybody into fucking abstract art, and that was so fucking retarded. It was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
Listen, I won't argue that Dressrosa doesn't have some supremely annoying moments to it, and that's one of them because it's just really, guys, really. But she gets
it reminded me of my least favorite village in Suikoden. You know what I'm talking about? Yes. Everybody's a pretentious shithead.
Yep.
And everything looks like modern art. I fucking hate modern art too, and that's probably part of it.
Oh man, yeah. One Piece is great. I do love it. Somehow every Anime Odyssey, Derby and I always talk about it in some way, shape, or form. It always freaking comes up. No matter how hard I try to not have it be a topic, it always comes up. But I do love it, and I can't wait for it. And I am sorry that a lot of people are upset that it's going on hiatus, the anime is, but the manga, it caught up to the manga. It has no choice but to go on hiatus for the first time in like 20 years. It has to go on hiatus because you don't want a filler arc because it would literally...
Isn't that what Bleach did?
That was what Bleach did. And the problem was what Bleach did is then it didn't even finish until now, like a decade later, to do Thousand Year Blood War. Bleach and Naruto. I mean, Naruto was the worst offender of the 200 episode filler arcs. It was 200 episodes of filler because they caught up so fast to the manga. Kishimoto was not churning it out at record pace back then, I guess. And they just went on this massive 200 episode filler arc, multiple arcs, and it was god awful. I didn't realize it at the time. I realized it about halfway through because I wasn't an anime noob, but I was new to not waiting for anime to be available on Blockbuster shelves. So I was kind of looking around at that point, and I had seen Naruto on Toonami, and then I got into it enough that I went looking further into it, and then realized, whoa, shit, this is filler. Oh my god, it's terrible. But we're not in that age anymore where a show, when it hits the end of available source material, needs to start a giant filler arc. You just go on hiatus. It's okay. Fans have evolved enough that they can wait, and there's plenty of other anime to watch. There's like 40 shows every goddamn season. There's something in there for everybody. Uh-oh.
Hey, Gal.
Hi, Gal. Since Jeremy's not here, I'm going to gloat because I need to let it out. I beat him in fantasy football tonight, barely on account of illness and injuries, but it's a W. Maybe that's why he's feeling sick tonight. As I saw, Jeremy's feeling sick. Wait a minute. Both Devil and Dermy are both sick tonight.
Oh, no.
Is it the herp?
The derp.
Is it the new strain of Dermies? Gal,
I told you not to kiss him on the mouth, Devil.
That just reminded me of something. Adam, do you know about that new Wolfman movie coming out by Lee Winnell?
No.
The
I
new
heard
Wolfman
a little bit
movie.
about it.
No.
Oh, they're doing a new Wolfman movie. It's made by Lee Winnell, the guy who
like Wolfman, like
yeah,
actual...
like the Wolfman, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you've seen what that thing looks like, you wouldn't like it.
Can you find it for me?
Let me
find it for me. I have no idea. I have no idea.
They only had like one shot of it in the trailer, and then there was a.
I'm not aware of this. This one got by me. Someone got by me.
The only thing that I've got coming up was that Benicio del Toro remake, which wasn't very good.
Yeah, because that was a shame because Benicio really wanted to do it, but Anthony Hopkins was also kind of just. This was one of those.
I've never heard of this.
I'm just taking a fucking check.
Yeah, I've never heard of this thing, so I don't know. Listen, I can't listen. Let's be honest. I catch 90%, 95% of all the shit that comes across everything. Once in a while, something is going to get by me. I mean, come on. I catch 90% of it.
Well, you're not really in the horror sphere very much either.
No, but I normally I would see a trailer announcement for something. I mean, I would or an article about it somewhere.
I don't know. Maybe there's. Where did you see the trailer at? Was it on Twitter or YouTube, Bug?
I saw it on
Wolfmanmovie.com. All right, let's see. I could spell wolf, right?
It's just I'm just trying to find the damn image because like the only thing was you only see one shot of the actual thing and it's like very brief and the only other reference
January
I had
17th. All right, we have a trailer. I got a trailer.
Yeah.
All right, let me transfer it to Chrome, and we might as well watch it. Sure. All right, let's do this. Okay. Full screen. 2 minutes 45 seconds. Okay. I have not seen this at all. All right, there we go. All right, let's give it a watch. You've been in a car wreck, it looks like.
Yep.
Ginger, are you okay? Look at me.
Shouldn't look okay, dude.
So, are you hurt? Are you okay? Hey, we gotta get out of this thing.
I'm just pausing for transform purposes because this is Universal. I don't know how.
Universal and Blumhouse.
Well, I don't know how they are with trailers, so I'm just making sure.
They're better than some others. So
No, don't move.
Oh!
Look through the window right there. You can do it. You'll be okay. You okay?
Bye. Oh, okay. So, did he just get scratched?
Yep.
Okay.
So if this is going to be like one of those like this, if he just got scratched, he's got kids or whatever. Will be like more of the psychological, like, will he or won't he eat his fucking family?
You're gonna find out real quick.
Okay. All right. Let's keep going.
We have to leave right now. Run.
Okay, this ain't vampire rules. That thing's gonna burst right through your door. What's keeping it out?
I mean, yeah, it's true.
I mean,
True, but also it's better than nothing.
I know, but damn, this ain't vampire rules. They don't give a fuck about your wooden door.
Maybe they have a panic room. You don't know.
Yeah. Middle of the nowhere house, the panic room. Okay.
A lot of them have nuclear bunkers.
Hello,
Can anyone hear me? Hello? We were in an accident.
Daddy,
I know that kid from
are
somewhere.
we gonna die? No, it's my job to protect you.
And we...
I'm just pausing. I don't know any of these people. I don't recognize any of them at all.
I recognize her
might
from
have
something.
I think I've seen that blonde somewhere. I don't remember what.
No, I don't recognize them.
We were attacked.
Oh, yeah.
I think my husband was infected.
Wait, that's a wife?
Oh, goddamn. She looks like she's fucking
Wow.
15.
I thought that was like a teenager daughter shit. Holy crap.
You get younger every year.
I mean, dude, I thought this was like a dad and his 2 kids.
I mean, is this in Germany?
I don't know.
So he's turning pretty quick.
Like,
Is anybody? All right. I know basic werewolf lore. Do you turn that quickly?
It depends. Hollywood werewolf lore is very, very fluid and elastic. They could do anything they want. In the old lore, no, it usually took about a fucking month for your first turn.
It takes a full moon cycle because it gestates, and then the first full moon is when you have the full wolf out.
Yeah, but that's only if you got cursed with the attack and all that shit. If you went through and did a number of devil deal rituals or the witchcraft angle or whatever, or even just like the donning of the enchanted wolf skin or shit, it was pretty instantaneous. But that was you deliberately turning yourself into something.
I'm talking general. I got bit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking. I'm talking like natural. Like, oh shit.
So yeah,
I encountered a werewolf.
This shouldn't be happening immediately. No.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
He shouldn't even know about it until fucking a month later.
Daddy. Daddy. What's wrong with Daddy?
Oh, that's a sweat. I thought that was a nasty.
He got sick.
What is happening to me?
Changing? Is that what that said?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't hate this concept.
Mm-hmm.
You wait on it for a second when I explain it.
Okay.
You're scaring me.
The fingernails is a nice touch.
Back off! Please, Daddy, it's me. Hurry, Mommy, he's coming.
Okay, this is gonna be the shot.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
Just yeah.
It was a jump scare. You ready for it?
It'll happen real quick. Right about now.
That is quick.
Yeah. That's
Ew.
That's
what the hell is that? Is he mid transformation?
No, that apparently is the final look.
Really?
Yeah, because the other reference I had was they had a guy dressed up as that at one of the Universal parks or whatever, promoting it, and that is exactly what it is.
Ooh, man, I hope that's not the Wolfman they're gonna have in Dark Universe, man.
No, Dark Universe is long since dead. They've given
No. I mean in the theme park, in the new theme park, because there'll be Wolfman in the theme park right now.
I think that's where I saw it from.
Oh no!
Yeah, and it gets worse because I saw a thing where they talked to Lee Winnell, and he goes, "Yeah, this Wolfman isn't like he wasn't going with curse logic. He was just going with infection. Like he based this story on like his experience with the pandemic."
Oh,
Jesus Christ! So
fuck that.
Before we move past this screen here, I got to point out.
I got to dip for a second. My cat's doing something weird. Give me one second.
All right, no problem.
All right. Does this look to you like the last thing that that Clarence Boddicker saw right before he drove through a meal in RoboCop?
I understand that reference.
You should. It's iconic, and it's real hard to get out of your head.
I don't listen. As I said, with the new Epic Universe opening up in May now, with it launching in May, the new Universal Studios Epic Universe and their Dark Universe section, the old school horror monsters. This better not be the Wolfman they're going to be parading around there.
Yeah, I hope not, because I mean, even if you go back to the 1930s, the Lon Chaney Jr. Wolfman, right?
Well,
the makeup effects there were pretty basic, bitch, too, but they were way better than this.
Yeah. What you got, Bug? What do you got?
It wasn't my cat. Apparently, I have a cat in the fucking vent.
What?
Oh,
I have a cat in my fucking roof.
So, wild cat in your vent?
In my ceiling vent, yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know what I can do. The cat, I know on the roof there's like some opening that I know the cat probably walked in, and it's just I'm hearing the fucker meowing. I thought it was
I just heard it.
Yeah, it's not that far away from my desk.
Wow.
So Samuel,
shut up, Gal. Shut up, Gal.
No, I was going to say Gal's here. Samuel's here. This is going to turn into something that Samuel's not going to like in a second.
No, they're coming for you, Bug. The cats are coming for you.
I already got.
They're ganging up on you. You've got one on the inside. They have an inside man.
You know what? It's crazy. This is not the first time I've dealt with a cat that popped in out of nowhere. I once had a cat literally fall down in my fucking house out of nowhere. It was a small. It was like if I heard this like clanging, like damn, I'm like, what the fuck? I go over where this like heater vent type thing is in the wall, and I open it, and there's this small little like kitten there. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like it just literally fell down from the roof, and I'm like, well, okay, I guess I'll go find it a home now. You know, I spent the next 2 hours doing that. And shut up! I don't know what to do, cat. I can't climb up there.
Oh, Kel, is this from the Epic Universe, or is this from this movie? Oh, all right. Let's watch the show because Kel just sent me something, and we're gonna. I don't know if that's real or not. All right, let me go back to this. It's from the movie. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, let's finish this. Hang on, let me bring it back. What the hell? Bring it back up. Where did it go?
Yeah, that looks terrible.
Okay, wait a minute. Wolfman. There we go. Okay. Okay.
So how come his arms are hairy and he looks like he's got alopecia on his head?
I don't know. Okay, so Kel just sent this.
Because Lee Winnell wanted to go with the weird infection type angle with it. If you've watched Invisible Man, he did the similar thing where instead of it being like some science fiction juice, he made it a
director. This would be the Invisible Man about the gaslighting and bullshit. With,
all right, are you ready?
Are
you ready?
No.
That looks like a troll goblin thingy from Harry Potter.
It looks like it's from Troll 2, which weren't even goblins, or they weren't even trolls.
I mean,
something else entirely.
Oh man, I mean, I guess I hate that we're a Kotaku for this, but that's legit right there, man. In theaters, January 17th. That's god awful, dude.
I get that Blumhouse likes to cut corners on their fucking production costs, but this is ridiculous.
This is not good. No, I am not the target audience for this.
Yeah, Gal, I'm not calling it fucking grafter. Okay, I'm not calling the cat anything. Fucking goddamn it! I'm gonna hear this for the next like hour before the cat.
She's gonna start tagging you and shit, dude. She's gonna find some stuff.
This fucking cat. I'm gonna hear this goddamn cat for the next hour before it.
Well, you're also gonna hear it from her now. She's gonna start sending you shit. She's gonna start sending you.
Gal, I already called the other fucking cat I found, the fucking Albert, the vent kitty, okay? And that I only had that cat for like 2 seconds.
All cats are bastards.
Oh man. What's going on? So what do you call? Do you call animal control for this shit?
I don't.
You don't know.
I don't know. I know one thing. I can't call my landlord for this shit because my landlord just goes, "What do you want me to do about it? I'm not doing shit."
Can you imagine Bug climbing up into the ventilation to get that cat out, and it's a whole like replay of the Tom Skerritt scene in Alien?
You know what I find funny? Monster Squad did Wolfman better than this thing.
Monster Squad did great with a lot of the fucking makeup and prop design in that movie.
Yeah, Wolfman's got
honestly, there's a better werewolf movie coming out that actually is more faithful to werewolves. It's I think they literally call it Werewolves. It's gonna have Frank Grillo in it, and it just looked like an actual fun movie.
You know, I think I saw an article about that. I just went by it though. I didn't read it. I saw something.
Yeah, no, it was like they're actually treating it's like the actual wolves getting turned by the full moon, you know, and it's like the wolves actually look like werewolves. It's like and it's like fun.
Okay,
yeah, that could be decent. Like there are good werewolf movies out there, and there were shitty werewolf movies that are still fun. But like if you're gonna go with the infection angle, Ginger Snaps did it way better. Just saying.
Oh, you want to talk about shitty things that are shitty but not fun? So last night, I went on a bit of a crap 80s fantasy movie binge. And I found one of them that when I was a kid, I thought was going to be the greatest freaking thing in the world because of the poster. Okay, and I'm going to show you the poster, and you're going to understand why. No. I'm trying to find a good version of it here. No, it's too small. You'll know why as soon as I show it. Because when I was that's too dark. No, actually, that's good. That's good. When I was a little kid, and I saw this, when I saw this movie on the wall of the video store, I thought, well, not a little kid, I understand. I like what I see. I'm thinking to myself, this movie is probably the greatest movie of all time. And what I'm talking about is I thought that the movie The Warrior and the Sorceress had to be the greatest movie of all time because it had a chick with 4 tits on the cover.
Damn, Total Recall only had 3.
Yeah. This is 85 when this came out. So, and I didn't know who David Carradine was. And of course, this is one of those times where the poster is not remotely the movie. I finally got my hands on it last night. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. It was complete dog shit. And when they did finally bring out a chick with 4 tits, first of all, they were not voluptuous and round like this. Her real titties and the prosthetic titties which were a copy of her titties were not nice. We're talking 80s, not looking good titties. There was 80s bush all over this movie.
Oh God.
This movie was horrible. It was terrible. At one point, there's a
what
pile
I'm hearing
of dead.
is I might like it.
You actually might like. It's so bad you might actually like it. At one point, there's a pile of dead bodies that David Carradine's character is picking over, and I shit you not, one of the guys starts moving to straighten out his pants while he's supposed to be dead. You can see him tugging on his own pants to straighten them out while he's lying there as a corpse. So this was one of those white whales that I hadn't seen that I thought had to be awesome because it had a chick with 4 tits on poster. Now the sorceress, she don't have the 4 tits, but the chick on the poster has the 4 tits, and she's supposed to be the sorceress. You'd think, but no, it's not. And of course, David Carradine ain't remotely that ripped because he's David fucking Carradine. We're talking like
no, he's quite Chen Kane.
Yeah. So yeah, an age of can't remember that of Undreamed of, An Age of Mystery, Magic, of Sword Sorcery. You know what the whole point of the movie is? You want to know?
What?
Former holy warrior walks into town where two factions are fighting over a well. And he begins to play them off each other in order to rescue the holy man and the mid chick who's the sorceress, who literally has her titties out the whole time, but they're not really, I mean, they're okay. I guess because she looks all kind of fuglied up that it wasn't very attractive. And basically he pits them against each other until they all kill each other. And then he gets a holy sword that the sorceress makes later on. And he fights the slavers when they come back. It was horrible. It's terrible. Was it fun? Damn.
God damn it, Gal! Stop suggesting fucking names.
What is she naming your cat?
She's trying to name the fucking cat.
The last 10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm busy. I'm busy doing a bit here, and Gal's talking about naming Bugs' new.
I'm just saying, naming the cat's gonna make it harder when you got a ring its neck.
Jesus fucking Christ, Samuel.
Hey, Samuel doesn't like cats.
Did you? Well, let me guess, Samuel. You fucking actually laughed when John Wick's dog got stomped, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I don't generally laugh at tragedies. I just think that cats are an abomination.
All right. Here's our top 10 tonight. I don't know how cringe it is. I've scanned through it, but it might generate some conversation as we are gentlemen who watch television. We've got 10. Oops. Here we go. 10 great 2000 TV shows that are ready to be revived.
Dude, it wasn't even that long ago.
I know.
Yeah, well, they've kind of took out the well of the 80s and the 90s, so.
All right, let's get into it. Wait, log in? I looked at this earlier. I didn't have to log in for shit. What are you talking about? That's bull. Hold on a second. I wasn't logged in earlier and I could look at it.
You'd probably refresh that.
Yeah.
That might fix the problem. But I mean, I've been watching a show from the fucking, the teens here recently. I've been watching that the Elementary show. I'm about to end season 4 and going to season 5. I'm enjoying it.
It's good.
Yeah.
What's the actor's name who plays Sherlock?
Johnny Lee Miller.
Johnny Lee Miller's fantastic. Lucy Liu is fun, and of course Lucy Liu's fucking hot. So I mean,
her fashion sense has gotten a lot better in recent seasons. Like in the beginning, it was just kind of like, yeah, whatever. But like, she's really well put together in these recent seasons.
Dude, yeah, Lucy Liu was looking real good in that. No, I don't. All right.
But
So,
Johnny Lee Miller is killing it, though. He's really fucking good.
It's fantastic. And have you seen the version of the Baskerville yet? You see that one yet?
Yeah, I just got past that a couple days ago.
That was good.
It was it's always interesting to see how they're going to deal with that, because the original story, they like every time I see an updated version of that shit, like I saw the BBC Sherlock version of it, and it had to do with like mind control chemicals and that kind of thing, and GMOs and that sort of thing. And then for this one, it was robotics and all. It's always interesting to see what direction they're going to take, because those things did not exist when the story was written.
What did you think of the Moriarty twist?
I hated it. I still kind of hate it. I like the actress. I think she is doing a fantastic job with what is written. I don't like the fact that
they combined it.
If I should say that.
We'll just say that they combined it. If you know, you know.
Yeah, I fucking hate that though.
Have they introduced Holmes Senior yet?
Yeah, Moreland. Yeah,
Moreland.
He's been present for pretty much.
Yeah, isn't Moreland fantastic? I love him.
He is, which is so weird, because the only other thing I've ever seen him in was I was thinking of the he was in Lord of the Rings. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, he's Denethor.
Yeah, he plays Denethor. No, Fringe, that like 5th-rate fucking B tier X-Files knockoff.
I didn't like Fringe. I did not like Fringe.
No, me neither.
But Moreland is fantastic. Moreland is great. Introducing him was it was so much fun.
There was one character that's been a one-off so far. I hope she returns. But this girl who shows up, and she is has been missing and apparently held captive by a guy, and she goes back to her rich parents and all that stuff. And there's the whole thing about how like she's not actually the girl; she just took that girl's life over, sort of thing. And
I
she's
think
just
I
this
remember that one. It's been a while since I did a
fucking liar.
watch through. I've done 2 watch throughs of the
Fantastic.
whole thing. So
Fantastic character. I want to see more of her. She was because Sherlock couldn't figure her out because she did nothing but lie. You know, she never told the truth once.
yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. It gets a little wobbly towards the end, but in my opinion, it did stick the landing at the end of it. It did end up sticking the landing.
Yeah, I'm about halfway through the series, so
yeah. Anyway, all right. So this is I unlocked it. I just have to log into freaking Google to watch to account read it. Fuck you, Screen Rant. Lost. No.
Oh God, no.
No.
Speaking of J.J. Abrams shit like Fringe.
Yeah, just no. I remember watching sub episodes when they would pop up, and then I remember not watching it for a while, and then suddenly I saw some episodes from the later seasons, and I was so confused because I was like, wait a minute, I thought these guys landed on a island and they were like stranded, and now I'm seeing them like driving cars and shit. Like, what the fuck happened?
I never got into it because I was burned by Alias personally with JJ. And when this came out, like, yeah, I'm not giving it time of day. But then one point in time when it reached semi syndication and Sci-Fi Channel was running marathons back when Sci-Fi Channel was an actual channel. I did watch a couple seasons worth on Sci-Fi Channel. I did not like what I saw. I didn't like any of it. So no. Why does Lost need need a revival?
Probably because they want to write a better ending.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
So
yes,
say no.
the ending that was so iconic, they made fun of it in Arkham City.
Yeah. That show was just, it was kind of interesting for the first couple of episodes, right? I don't know how the hell it went multiple seasons, but it was kind of interesting for the first couple of episodes. But it just didn't seem to be going anywhere. So I went and watched other things.
Well,
I think the BSG reboot was starting up around this time, and that was way better.
We know for a fact that for the first 2 seasons, they didn't have anywhere to go. They didn't know what they were doing. It was like, let's try this, let's try that. They had no
but
story.
at the time, we didn't know that.
Well, yeah, but retrospect, we know. That's why you got that feeling, because they really didn't know what they were doing. So, all right. So next, House. Now, I really liked House.
My brother likes House.
I really liked House up until I think it was season 6 or 7. It was when he got clean and he got with Cuddy, and I thought that was really good. But then after giving us a season of growth, they just threw it all away at the end of the season. And I said, "F it, I'm done." And then the chick who played Cuddy left the show. And then I was like, I started watching it. I'm like, no, this is bad. I'm not enjoying this anymore. And then I came back for the finale, and the finale was retarded. So
yeah. So I've
I
only
don't
seen
think it could do well. No.
I'd rather see Hugh Laurie do something else. I know he recently did something where he was the captain of some space liner in some science fiction comedy thing, but that got canceled recently.
Yeah, I did see a few episodes of House, but it were like, out of order. I wasn't really attached to the characters, and I'm not really much for medical stuff anyway. It's not something that interests me. So I never got into the show.
It was about him. House made it cool. It made it fun. If you liked his character, if you liked how he behaved with everybody, it was fun, and I enjoyed.
I mean, I assume this is because I didn't watch it from beginning to end, and I just kind of like watched occasional episodes as they came up. But I just thought he was just kind of a pompous dick,
and he was.
I think that's also one thing I feel like a revival would not do, because especially in today's market, they would do their best to soften him up. Or at the very least, they'll angle him to be pompous against the quote-unquote correct thing to be angry about. So it would just be bad. Just leave it alone.
The thing about House is that he hated everything equally and everybody equally. And he had disdain for everything. Because good night, Kaylee. This will still be up, so you can finish watching the show later. I do not take these down, so you will get to finish watching this.
Yeah, you can hear all about the fucking cat saga.
But think about House that he had equal disdain for everybody, which is what made it good. He was a curmudgeon, but it really was. I really did enjoy the small arcs of the seasons, and one of the best moments was when he got the fire cane, when he had the fire design cane. I love that moment. That always sticks out of my mind. So I like it up to a point, but then F it after a certain point. It goes downhill fast. And because they shouldn't have destroyed the good healing arc just to make him be miserable again.
That tends to be the case with shows that run for a really long time anyway, though. They just sort of peter out in a lot of cases.
This was definitely a peter out. It was definitely a peter out. So I agree. No, let it go away. All right, what's next? Fuck this show. I never liked it.
Didn't watch it.
I watched a little bit of it, except for what's her name? Christina Hendricks and her her basketball sized boobs. F this show. It was you know why I hated it? One reason, because it was the it thing to watch. It was the hip thing. Everybody talking about into it.
So you hated it because it was popular or because it was bad?
Both. I didn't think it was.
I think this was me with Stranger Things. I was just like, motherfucker, if you recommend Stranger Things to me, I'm gonna punch you in the throat repeatedly.
The thing is, Mad Men, it thought it was smarter than it really was. It's one of those shows, in my opinion. Thinks it's smarter than it really is. And then to have it end where he comes up with, I think, the jingle for Coke or something. I don't know. Have a Coke and a smile. I don't know. All I know is that I didn't like it. And why come back? It had a real ending. Shows that you get revived usually have open endings. This had a full-on ending. I watched the finale. So I don't think so. It's not worth it. And it's not a show that really, I don't think would connect with anybody anymore. I don't. All right, what else we got here? Oh,
no fucking way! What would you be doing that with? All those children are fucking adults.
I liked the show when it started, and it quickly wore thin. I don't know. I in the end I couldn't stand it. I don't even know. I don't even think I finished it. I think maybe I did in reruns or something like that. I don't know. Samuel's not here. Oh, Shitternet.
Oh man.
There we go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there it is. Shitternet. I mean, Buck, how much of this did you watch? Did you watch it? Really?
I'd say there was a lot of episodes to at least know the basic story. But yeah, I enjoyed, parts of it. But there's no reason to do a revival for this, because what would you even do with it? Everybody's aged out. What are you gonna do? Oh, let's make it be Malcolm's family and his kids or whatever. It's
but then he's not Malcolm in the Middle anymore.
Yeah, so it just wouldn't even make sense.
The humor of this show wouldn't work anymore. It was literally a product of its time at the beginning of the century. It was a little product of a time, kind of a changing of social standards and this and that, and how you're going to approach things going from the 90s to the 2000s. And how many seasons did it go? 7 seasons. So, yeah, it's not interesting. And what, you're going to bring back Bryan Cranston? Really?
Yeah. There's no way they would. That show would not run as long as this one did, because Bryan Cranston's way too expensive for that.
Stuff. I mean, he's the one that has a career after all that. Nobody on the show except for him has a career now.
I think because the mother, I think I've seen her on one other sitcom, and that was about it. And she was essentially just doing the same job as this.
She might be dead.
Really?
Maybe. Oh no. I don't think so. No, I think I'm pretty sure it was somebody else. Never mind. But yeah, I mean, Frankie Muniz, yeah, he got fucked in the butt by Hollywood. So I mean, he doesn't really do anything anymore. I think he tried to get away from it. And the other two, they didn't do nuts, and the other one's nothing. So it's Bryan Cranston's the only one with a career, and he doesn't do comedy anymore. He does serious shit.
Yeah.
So he's a race car driver. Frankie Muniz is a race car driver. Well, good for him.
Oh yeah, so he's definitely not doing. He's not coming back for this. He's got his fun thing.
Oh well, you know what? Good for Frankie Muniz then. Good for doing something that takes some actual skill. All right, good for Frankie Muniz. Samuel, do you care about Malcolm in the Middle?
I enjoyed that show
the whole way through.
I don't know that I've seen all of it, but what I did see, I watched a fair amount of it, but it was probably syndicated and out of order.
I watched
it. I did enjoy it.
After a point, I didn't watch it live. I watched it syndicated after a point, but I don't know. It wore thin on me after a while. I don't know. It doesn't get it. It should not be revived though.
No. I think Hal and Dewey were probably the best characters. You could pretty much take or leave the rest of them.
My time. It's my time now, old man.
That was a great fucking scene, dude.
Yeah, it is good. The show it does have a lot of really good moments, but for me, they're spread out over all the seasons. It's not like there's a great season here or a great season there. It's just a lot of really cool moments spread out over the whole thing, which for me is not enough to really enjoy it or want it to come back. So, all right, what's next? Pushing Daisies. I never saw this, so
I have no idea what that is.
I think it was
I've heard of it, but I never watched it.
Yeah, I don't know about this one, so I cannot comment. I think it was a dramedy show, so I don't know. Can't talk to it. Since none of us saw it, we'll move past it. Fuck this show.
Oh God,
that show
no!
Sucked the first time.
No, these are all crazy fucking bitches. How crazy.
Weren't they all like fucking each other's husbands and shit in that show?
They were trying to. I guess.
There was a murder mystery kind of. It wasn't very good.
It's one of those shows that how many seasons was it?
Didn't it get like 10?
It doesn't say. It said on all the other ones
like
how many
5.
seasons. Yeah. But yeah, it was a it's for wine moms. It's for fucking wine moms. Is what it was.
Wine moms need some better shows, man.
Like I the only reason I ever checked it out was because Terry Hatcher's, bazungas.
Listen, after that movie she did with James Spader.
Oh yeah, The Cool Surface.
And
I've seen that movie.
Runny eggs on a nail. I was like, I'm out with Terry Hatcher. I'm out. I don't know if she had any work done to fix that, but that was her one and only topless scene, and it was fantasy ruined. Fantasy ruined. Now listen, Marsha Cross, out of all ones, I would take Marsha Cross out of these ones. I always had a thing for her from what was that show, the spinoff from 90210, Melrose Place. She was hot in Melrose Place when I was a young lad. And Eva Longoria is nuts. She was married to Tony Parker from the Spurs, and she made him a cuck and a simp.
Oh, great.
She's nuts. And Felicity Hussey, she's a criminal, so she went to jail for a while. So yeah, no. Let this never surface again. Fuck that show. All right, what do we got? Okay.
I like this show.
The first 2 seasons were great. And then for me, it just lost its momentum in season 3.
Okay, so it lost its momentum because Earl went to jail. The jail arc and the coma arc were like they fucking killed the momentum of the show. It does pick up a little bit again after it gets past that. It kind of goes back to that old formula that worked really well, but it's not quite. But by then, obviously, your enthusiasm's dampened somewhat.
Yeah.
But it's still a fun watch, and I like this show. I like Jason Lee in it. I liked Ethan Suplee was fucking fantastic in it.
Listen,
the chick who played his ex-wife was awesome.
Props to Ethan Suplee for becoming one of the most in shape ripped dudes out there. Props to that.
Yeah, too.
Man. He was a fat fuck in that show, but that dude is like massive ripped now. So good for him.
Yeah. But I liked My Name Is Earl the first time, and I thought it was brilliant. It should stay the first time.
Yeah, it was those first 2 seasons were great, and like you said, the jail arc and the coma arc are where it lost me. I didn't even see season 4. I think I checked out halfway through season 3. It's like, yep, I'm kind of bored now. It was the uniqueness of it that was in. Yeah, I mean, and yeah, you like to say Jamie Presley was smoking.
Well, she wasn't just smoking; she played that character fucking brilliantly.
Yeah,
you know, like I can't look at Jamie Presley Presley now and not see joy.
Hey, listen, and Jamie Presley back in the day, she liked to take her titties out a lot, so you know. Good for that.
So there was joy.
No.
I mean, not in this show exactly, but yeah, it's out there.
But as good as it was, it's another show that is way past its time. This show would not work now.
Good night, Gal. Stop naming cats.
Bye, Gal.
Bye.
Oh, she's gonna start sending you messages now. Or listen, the tweet, the tag tweets are gonna fly in the morning. I guarantee it. They're gonna fly in the morning.
Probably.
So I say no, do not revive this. Just because it would ruin it further, in my opinion. Let the good season stay, and because did it get an actual ending?
I don't recall. I actually had been rewatching it not that long ago, and I'm in season 4, but I'm not to the end of season 4 yet, so I don't remember it. Because the first time I watched it, I'm pretty sure I was drunk.
If it didn't get an ending, then I guess it does qualify for a revival. But if it got an ending, let it lie. Like most of these, let it lie. All right,
Jason Lee's retired from acting. He's not doing that shit anymore.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he came back and did some shit for Kevin Smith because they're friends, but that's about it.
No, Kevin Smith is nobody's friend now. All right. Oh, I loved Monk.
I thought it was a movie.
They did another movie recently, the Mr. Monk's Last Case, and now they're talking about a revival. Here's the thing. The original Seasons, I think, is a fantastic, bittersweet story of a damaged man who uses his unique skill set to try and do good, but needs a lot of help to do it because he's just broken as hell. And Tony Shalhoub is a freaking genius. I love Tony Shalhoub. Hell, listen, I got so into it. When I refer to my obsessive compulsion, my OCD, as monkism. There's a little bit of monk in me. I get so OCD about some shit sometimes. So I understand him. I understand some of that stuff. I thought it was fun and great, but I don't think they should have done another movie because the season finale, the series finale is perfect because it showed him growing and starting to heal just a little bit so that he's not trapped in his own neuroses anymore. So I thought this was great. This is that high point of USA Network as a summer show central with Monk and Psych and a whole bunch of other shows. This was like them when they were taking over that hole in the scheduling block in the summertime with their shows, but they had good writers and all kinds of good stuff going on. But again, they're trying to bring it back, and I'll say it again: leave it alone. Leave it alone. Although during COVID, they did do a skit of Monk during COVID. It was funny. It was pretty funny. He thought it could come through the TV screen.
I never watched it. I got nothing to say for this one.
Okay. Well, I liked it. It is. Thing is, though, as good as it is, it's something you can only really watch maybe once or twice because it's a very heavy journey. It's a very heavy journey. All right, so I say Let It Lie again. I don't want anything to come back. I never watched
hell
this.
No.
I never watched this. I hate Amy Poehler. So,
look,
go ahead, Bug.
It's it has its moments. It's funny, but the problem is it was just The Office, but different location and different characters. And look, I'm kind of tired of unlikable fucking asshole characters. Like, I remember watching some of the episodes. Some of them were good. Like, oh fuck, what's his name? The guy who plays Ron Swanson. I don't know his actual
I don't know
name.
his name. Offerman.
But
Nick Offerman,
yeah, Nick Offerman. Like, I liked his character because he essentially just represented everybody who doesn't like the government, and had a lot of good lines and whatnot. But other than that, all these other characters are like, if I met these characters in the parking lot, I might throw things at them just because they were that type. And you can't really stick around with those types of characters for long because eventually the novelty wears off and you're just like, oh, look, these characters are so rude to each other and total heartless bastards. It's like, yeah, yay. And if you were to revive it in today, they become even more insufferable. And
it'd be more political than ever.
Yeah, so it's just like, no, I don't want none with it.
I watched Parks and Rec before I ever watched the American version of The Office, which I also liked quite a bit up until season 7. But and I enjoyed the hell out of it. There were some great characters in it, and there was some character development over time that was really, really interesting and good. This also is the show that gave us essentially Chris Pratt. Because
Everwood beat us to that. Everwood gave us Chris Pratt first.
I'd never heard of him before I'd seen this. I've never seen Everwood. So yeah, but you understand what I'm saying. This was like my first experience into that whole like cinema verite comedy kind of like docu, whatever kind of shit. And it took a little bit for me to get used to the camera shit because I don't really like cinema veritas. It's annoying. It's not something that it's way too much shaky cam for me in general. But I got used to it obviously because I watched all 7 fucking seasons of this. It falls off after season 5 pretty hard, but up until then, I enjoyed the show. I just wouldn't want to see it come back because you're absolutely right. Everybody who was involved in the making of this show is a psychotic left-wing fucking nut job, and they kept it more or less under wraps during this show. But it's not now. It's not. It's out there, and and they would absolutely do to this what happened with the Connors when they tried to reboot Roseanne. That's exactly what would happen with this, and they should just fucking leave it alone because it's fine as it is. Mostly.
Yeah, I was never into this stuff, so I never watched it. And also, I was not a fan of Amy Poehler. I don't find her funny, so I was never going to be into it. But so far, the first 9 of these, we want them all to stay where they are.
I mean, to be fair, I'm just kind of sick of reboots and shit.
Well, that too. So, can you guess what number 1 is? Because I know I looked.
I swear to God, if it's Smallville, I'm leaving.
No, it's not Smallville. It's not Smallville.
Is it The Office?
No, it's not. You ready?
Okay, because they are rebooting that again. I hear.
All right.
Well, the Aussies are.
All right. I'm going to remove it. I'm gonna stop sharing for a second just so I can then surprise you with it because I don't want you to see it as it comes up. I want you to get a face full of it. And
that's what she said.
I cannot disagree more with wanting to bring this back for a lot of reasons because we're way past the time of Firefly.
Oh, come on. They're never going to do it.
Yeah, this is never going to go.
That was the whole point of the fucking Serenity movie. It was just to give you something.
Yeah, yeah.
So
and also, Joss Whedon, he's still persona non grata.
Yeah. Well, they've been talking about doing this for fucking ages. And then after that shit with Joss Whedon and the fact that Ron Glass is no longer with us and some other shit, the idea is that they're going to do a new show with a new cast who are made up of some of the children of the old cast. The old cast isn't really going to be a part of it. It's just going to take place in the same universe. That's what that is.
Part of it. The Billions too expensive.
Like the main character is going to be Wash and Zoe's kid because they're going to retcon it that she was pregnant when they buried Wash.
No, she was not pregnant.
Yeah, I know, but they're going to retcon it so that she was in the early stages because they, got it on right before he got penetrated himself.
See, I like Serenity. It's a good movie, but it was an ending.
It was the ending that we weren't going to get on network television.
Yeah, it was the rushed remaining of the whole storyline they were going to do. We understand that, but it was an ending. It was bittersweet, but Kel, I am right there with you, dude. Dark Matter was good. I love Dark Matter was better than what's called the other one, Joy, whatever it was called. I like that one too, but Dark Matter was way better. Dark Matter was good. Right, they end that right as a fucking alien invasion happens, and they end it. They fucking pulled the plug on it. That was a good show, but Firefly, give it a rest, man. This is we've been here, we've done that. Not to mention, nobody. The brown coat movement tried, and they failed.
And honestly, that if they were to make it succeed and get their sort of revival, if they wanted to, it'd be a monkey paw thing. It'd be exactly like Young Justice,
Yeah.
Shut up, cat.
I think I need to clip that out.
Damn it!
I heard it.
It's still fucking there. God damn it!
2 hours 26 minutes. I'm gonna have to try and remember that. Oh man! So let Firefly rest. It 13 episodes. Watch them in order. Don't watch them in air date. Watch them in proper order. Watch Serenity, and you've got your show. You got it. It ended it. So there you go. I'm essentially where Samuel is though. Why don't we just stop rebooting and reviving shit and make some new shit? Make new shit. But you can't, can you? A bunch of uncreative assholes.
Yeah.
Shitternet. Oh well. Well, we are gonna wrap up anyway. All right. So while Samuel comes back, Bug, what's your week look like?
Well, probably after I'm done with this, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that fucking cat out of my ceiling because that's gonna be annoying. But beyond that, I don't have a whole lot planned so far. I think I'm gonna just catch up on some stuff. Do more editing. Yeah, I'm trying my hardest because this cat is fucking my head in. Yeah, you know where I am. Twitter, YouTube. I don't have anything planned except losing my fucking mind. Oh, God damn it.
There's Samuel's back. There we go. What you got going on this week, Samuel?
My fucking connection's been so good for a couple of weeks that I kind of was hoping this wasn't going to happen again. It decided to all come back at once. We got the next thing up is on my channel is Abyssal Musings. We're going to be doing, I think, quiz night this week. So that'll be interesting. We'll see what Larry has in store for us to angerfy. And then over to Devil's Channel for BL's Pub, and then back over to mine for Screaming Into the Void on Saturday. Exiled Lioness 2, if she goes live this weekend, I will try to actually make that one. I had something come up last week, and I had to kind of bail on those guys, unfortunately. But and then right back here for Mellow Mondays. Beyond that, I'm not planning anything, but there may be stuff coming up. We'll see.
All right. As for myself, as we talked about at the beginning of the stream, it's catch as catch can for this week and next week with election basically sucking up the oxygen. I'll do what I can to provide you guys with my takes on stuff that interests me. There will be gaming streams throughout the week. Starship Troopers Extermination, maybe some other stuff that I already own and don't have to buy. Ballbusters, Friday, 11 p.m. Eastern, that disaster. Saturday night drive-in. We got a good one this week. Blade 1. Watching Blade 1. Jed's never seen it.
Pretty
It was his
good.
choice, though. It's his choice.
Some motherfuckers always trying to skate uphill, you know.
Exactly. So I'm excited. Our good friend Dre might be joining us. He loves the Blade movies. So we'll be watching Blade on Drive-In. And I guess we're doing a regular Saturday this week. No special gaming, although I'm sure we're all going to want to play Starship Troopers and Jeremy can play Final Fantasy 16 while we kill bugs. And then Sunday Roundtable, 2 p.m. Eastern. I have no idea what we're going to talk about on Roundtable this week. None whatsoever. We are so... well, the week has just started, so I'm hoping the internet will provide by then. And then next week, we're right back here from Mondays, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. And next week is also Anime Odyssey week. So Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Myself, Jeremy, and Brandon, the anime guy, will be talking Blood Blockade Battlefront Season 1. For it's my choice for Halloween. It's involving demons and spirits and acid trip insanity with the crazy shit goes on. It's a lot of fun. Only 12 episodes, so it's pretty easy to watch. And that should be it for now. Thank you, one and all, for joining us this evening. We hope you guys had a good time. If you did, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channels. And we will catch you guys next time. Until then, take it easy. Have a good night or day wherever you may be.